brand new national series. Just because it's South Australia, Victoria and Tasmania, it's not just drivers from there. We've got drivers from all over Australia and across the world. We've got the Manawas over here from Japan as our guest drivers this weekend. Manoa. I've already been corrected once. That's the first name I've got wrong this weekend. There's going to be a lot more coming forwards. We have some absolutely amazing action coming to you this afternoon. It is hot as hell out there, so remember, stay hydrated, slip, slop, slap, get some sunscreen on, find whatever shade you can pretty much at this place. It's in your car with the aircon on. Of course, we do have our park and view areas. Prime location today with the heat, and probably going to be prime location tomorrow with the rain as well. But of course, my name is Ben Snell. I'll be your lead commentator here this weekend. I'll be joined alongside by Danny Gross. G'day, Danny.
Hello again, Ben. Jeez, you blink and you're back in drift comps.
I know. It's been a cool off season. Actually, it hasn't. It's been hot. It's been summer, but we're back at it once again. And what a way to start competition drifting here in South Australia with the first round ever of the Drift Collective. Of course, we will be joined on the mic a little bit later on by Sam Meredith, the Mez man himself. He'll be doing our driver interviews, which is always going to be a good time when Maz is on the mic.
Yeah, and hopefully it's cooled down a little bit for the man by the time he wants to go out there and do some interviews, because like you said before, Ben, it's sitting at toasty, 35 degrees at the moment?
It's about 40 at the moment here.
So it'd probably be about,
Tailem Bend.
On track, you can only assume it's about 90 degrees.
That's right. So we're going to get things started, of course, as is tradition in South Australia with our SA Pro Rides. We've got some lucky punters being strapped into some drift cars. They've been running around all morning taking some punters for a ride in a pro drift car, in a train, $99. Go down and see Gabby and the team there. Grab yourself a ride in a pro drift car. 99 bucks, ride of a lifetime, 150, 160 k's an hour, slide sideways, right at that wall, Danny.
Yeah, that's it. Now, our long-time listeners will have heard us say the term undescribable experience, because that's basically what it is. Like, you can't compare it to anything else. It's not like a roller coaster, because roller coasters are on rails. So
that's right.
It's really, really cool. And if you get a chance and you've got a bit of money on it, absolutely go hit that 10 up and go for a drive.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely awesome experience to go out for a ride in a drift car. And then, of course, we are going to get into some competition today. We have some of the best drivers in the country here today. We've got drivers from Tasmania, Japan, South Australia, Victoria, WA, Queensland. We've got a strong Queensland contingent here this weekend. And, of course, our local South Aussies trying to show that we are the best drift state in the country, Danny.
Yeah, I'm back, Ben. Sorry, you can't have a squeaky seat if it's made of plastic, can you? So I'll swap that out. Problem solved. Early teething issues of the stream.
Yeah, problem solved. And of course, our Drift Collective brought to us this round by Shockworks. So again, massive shout out to the Shockworks crew. Been long time supporters in Australian drifting, and you know, it's one of the best brands you can go for drifting. You know, they are a drift brand. They come around, they'll set up your car for drifting. They come out to events to revalve shocks for people. Yeah, it's an amazing service that you get from Shockworks. It's just not the product, it's the aftercare as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And the proof's in the pudding, really, Ben, because you'd say the overwhelming majority of the field today is going to be running Chris from Shockworks' coilovers. So thanks again to Chris for sorting us out this weekend and getting behind the series again.
That's right. So the first bit of on-track action here on the stream, it is our SA Pro Rides coming flying down the straight. Tim Greaves, Simon Michelmore, Davey Clark, Ben Candy, and Dominic Todd. So Dominic last year was in that JZX100. He's upgraded the Pro Ride machine to that Mustang there in the rear of that drift train there.
Yeah, that's it. Definitely a bit of something for everyone in these pro rides, Ben. You've got Japanese cars with Japanese engines. You've got American cars. You've got Japanese cars with American engines. It's everything.
Yeah, it's a bit of everything. There's definitely a flavour, and there's a size for you as well. You can squeeze yourself into a little Corolla or live in the luxury of a big Mustang.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You can lounge around in a Mustang if you will. That's it. Thanks again to these pro ride drivers. They're always coming out here. These guys have put down hundreds of laps over a drift weekend, Ben. It's crazy how much driving these guys actually do over a weekend to get everyone out and having a good time.
They do the most laps in the sport, in the country, for sure. We think Dan Pryor probably holds the record for the most laps ever drifted in Australia, as not only is he a long-time pro rides driver, of course, goes over, does Summernats, does Maguire's Motor X. He does a lot of laps. And unfortunately, at the Adelaide Motorsport Festival last weekend, those laps caught up with him, and he shot a rod, shot a leg out of bed there in the JZ powered 370Z.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you're making 420 kilowatts on your low boost setting, Ben, that's the problem that you are bound to run into at some point.
Yeah, but the good thing about running 420 kilowatts on low boost is you're always blazing it.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. And Dan, if you're listening, that's even if you've got to sit there on the brakes and wear out your rear brake pads for slower cars that can't keep up.
That's it. So, of course, you can join us today on the live stream at Drifting SA on Facebook. So let all your mates know, especially the interstate supporters that are watching their, want to watch what their statesmen are doing over here in South Australia. They can head over to Drifting SA on Facebook. Jump on the live stream. I will try and keep an eye on the comments, so if I'm mispronouncing too many names, just let me know, and I'll probably ignore that too.
That's it. It's taken him about 7 years of commentary to start pronouncing Simon Michelmore's last name correctly. So it's not that we won't do it. It's just that you have to hammer at home. And
if you really want to hammer at home, get your mum to tell me off too. That usually sets me straight.
Yeah, if your mum shouts at us, we definitely will pull our head in. Another great lap by these pro ride guys. It's always a train with these guys, Ben. It's always at least 3-4 cars going out and trying to get as close to each other as possible, which is ultimately the best drift experience you can get.
That's it. Even if you have friends that drive drift cars, this is one of those experiences, like not all of your mates can go run 4 or 5 car trains, and you can be having a car right in front of you, right behind you, really experience that action. So it's definitely worth going for a ride there. But we're going to get some cars out on track very, very shortly. We're definitely looking forward to that. We've got drivers. We've got to actually, got to say, we're probably actually down a couple of drivers. We had a little bit of carnage in the warm-up this morning. We had Tim Rogers in the wall in the Mission Descent S13. Unfortunately, it looks like he lost the front wheel. And then right before we come to air, Matty Bennett's burying it into that back wall on the bowl. There's definitely 2 points of interest here today at the Drift Collective layout. It's turn 1. Right up on that wall, and then of course we go that fast cut through. Instead of going through the horseshoe, which you're going to see tomorrow, we're going to cut that out completely and go straight to another massive wall ride the whole way around that back bowl. And that wall has broken many a heart, Danny.
Yeah, absolutely. You may think, just looking at this layout, Ben, that the big 160k an hour entry into turn 1, that's the dangerous one.
No, not
so much, because there's a lot of runoff past that turn. And these guys have got that wall entry pretty down pat. But when you come onto that bowl, that's what separates the men from the boys.
Yeah, exactly right. So we're going to see we've seen some absolutely amazing scenes from that wall, both running it the way we are, and then in the reverse direction, we saw some absolutely insane battles back in the day. Yeah, one that springs straight to mind, of course, is Scotty Miller, Jake Jones. Yeah. One of the best final battles we've seen here at the Ben Motorsport Park.
That's right. Even if you're a casual drift enjoyer, you've probably seen that photo of Jake and Scott right up on the wall with sparks flying, and Jake's spoiler kind of half coming off. It's definitely one of the best photos taken in drift comps in recent memory, Ben.
That's right. So we're going to see plenty more of photo opportunities like that popping up over here at the weekend. Of course, we do have this layout today, and then tomorrow we have round 1 of the Drifting SA State Series. So a big double-header weekend here for a lot of our guys and girls driving today and tomorrow. Of course, again, our State Series tomorrow, I'm using air quotes because, again, we have a lot of interstate drivers entered into round 1 next weekend in L1 and L2. So it's great to see so much support here in South Australia and across the country for this brand new initiative.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been good over the years as people that have been kind of on the front line, so to speak, of this comp, is seeing it gain traction and seeing some of those guys from interstate that have come over and they've done around and they've gone, wow, we really enjoyed that. The vibe was good, everyone was friendly, the comp was good, so they've come back and they've done plenty around since, Ben.
That's right. So we do have some changes, of course, between the Drift Collective and our traditional State Series. We have a bit of a change in the format. If you look at in the schedule, we have our battle qualies, and then of course we have our last 16, our second 8 versus our last 8. So I have to get Stewie on the mic at some point to explain how this this form up and this system works with our last 16 versus the top 32 battles and stuff like that. Actually, speaking of the devil, Stewie is just popped in behind me. You say his name 3 times and he appears in the mirror. We've got a third headset there, Stewie, if you want to jump on it there, and just give us a quick explanation as the cars come out to form up of how we're running today and how this changes compared to our traditional rounds.
So, to be honest, the SA series we run a probably very untraditional system. So, what we're running for today is actually closer to a traditional system where you qualify into a top 32 and then you tree down, everyone battles each other and you tree down to the final.
Yeah.
We don't like the solo qualifying format's boring. Doesn't represent the real driving skill that you see.
So we're still battling for qualifying, like we have in the South Australian system.
We're qualifying, but it's very similar to the South Australian system as far as the qualifying goes. But instead of going all the way down to a top 8, elimination battles from top 8 onwards for the state series, we actually we go into a 32.
Yep.
And easiest way to think about it is there's a lower 16, the guys from 17 to 32.
Yep.
The second 8, which is the guys from 9 to 16.
Yep.
And then the first 8, and that's the guys that qualified from 1st to 8th.
Yep.
And then basically the lower 16, they battle each other first.
Yep. So to get an 8 out of the 16.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
and then those 8 versus the 9 to 15.
Yeah, the second 8.
Yeah. And then those guys then battle the top guys. So basically, you're working your way up through the ranks of qualifying.
Exactly.
Basically,
It gives the top guys a bit of a breather, and the guys that qualify a bit lower just got to do a bit more work to get all the way up.
That's right. So we're going to get underway now. Thanks again, Stewie, for just giving us a brief explanation of what's going on. We've got our first 2 cars out on track. Couple of LS powered machines. We got Cody Moxon in the KE70 being chased down by Western Australia. Luke Viersma, big entry from both drivers. Luke just cutting the line there, getting up to the side of Cody Moxon in that Aqua machine. The KE70 front end jacked up for that wheel clearance as he comes through the end of turn 1, transitioning into turn 2. This very, very long left-hand sweep of Viersma all over the back of Cody Moxon there, but a great line from that lead driver. Now let's watch this. The first big wall run of the day. Cody Moxon right up there, tags the wall. Viersma unfazed in the chase right behind him as they come up the hill and across the line.
Yeah, crazy first quali battle there to set the tone, Ben. We saw Viersma coming in pretty shallow in the entry to turn 1, but in classic Viersma style, he's acknowledged the mistake at the start and he's stuck right back up on the door of Cody, not giving him an inch at all. So
that's right. We do see Viersma as one of the most aggressive drivers we have. One of the young guns, of course, all the way over from WA. Won everything he could win over there. Has come over, did really, really well. Placed second in the series that he did here in South Australia. And then, of course, been driving over, doing the World Time Attack Challenge, placing very well on that as well. So it's great to see Luke back over once again and getting into this national series. As we just had, it looks like we're having a little bit of an issue with the stream with our instant replays. There's a lot of black screen going on. We haven't unlocked that replay yet.
Okay, I'm sure our experts from Streamcast Media will get that sorted. But we've got Scotty Miller and looks like Tom Monkhouse there.
That's right. So a couple of fossils now coming down the front straight. Tom Monkhouse in that Barra-powered 180 being chased down by Scotty Casual Miller. After having a year off, he's back in the saddle once again, and he is all over the back of Monkhouse. Nice smooth line there from Tommy as he comes right towards the edge of the track for that transition. To the left now, Miller again getting right up in the pocket behind Tom Monkhouse. Now Miller having some gearbox issues this morning, so he's just basically leaving the car in 3rd gear, whether it's fast or slow. So he's working a little bit harder, but look at him right up on the side of Tom Monkhouse as Tom just uses the dirt to slow down a little bit at the end of the run there.
Yeah, no, lovely battle between these guys. It's kind of the style you'd expect from these two. It's kind of that maintain that perfect little gap. The transitions, they're not the most aggressive, but they're nice.
It's like watching a battle from like 2012.
No, it's smooth. It's lovely, Ben.
We're watching prime ADGP right there.
And yeah, Scott, as you said, he's got some gearbox issues in that S14. We've got another battle, sorry, Ben.
There we go. So we've got Viersma now swooping around. Viersma in the lead, Moxon in the chase. Moxon's going to have to put a lot of work in on a much smaller tyre compared to that machine of Luke Viersma. with the 265s under the rear guards there. Of course, we're running a figure tyre, Foot Drift Collective. It's a 265 radial. And Viersma absolutely showing why that is such an advantage as he absolutely walks Cody Moxon through that left-hand sweep. You can see Cody cutting all the line, trying to get up on the door. And he closes right up on Viersma. Viersma has a bit of a bobble on the wall and checks up. Probably a good thing that Cody was a little bit further back. It gave him room to react to that one.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was going to try and get to that, but another battle seemed to steam its way through. But yeah, look, that battle, it's kind of a bit choppy and changey. And you saw, obviously, Cody needed to dive back on the bowl to try and close that gap up. And Veers was so gripped up on 265s, Ben.
That's right. And of course, these are our quality battles, so it's not a 1 versus 1. The loser gets knocked out. These are determining our top 32 for our knockout battles. Later, Miller up on the wall. What a fantastic entry there from Scotty. Again, these are quality battles. You're going to see some of the guys kind of easing their way into it today and really saving those big punchy runs for the end of the day, but not Scotty Miller. He will always push it on the wall every lap. That fresh body kit and the fresh livery there on the Tarzia Tyre Centre S14. He'll risk it all every single run. As you watch the transition now, up high on the wall. Tom Monkout stuck down low there, trying to get back on the same line as Scotty Miller. But Miller, what a lead run there. Fantastic ever there. Tommy just getting caught up on that final transition, got stuck down low, and he had to really work to get that car back on the high line.
Yeah, that's it, Ben. Can you imagine that rubber hockey strap really paying for itself on that run? All that talk trying to pop that thing out of third gear.
Just remember that thing's not load restrained.
But it is rated.
Mm-hmm. So we've got a couple of more cars coming out here. So we're going to send these drivers out 4 at a time. So you're going to see 2 battles back to back. That's our quality battles. I'm not too sure if we're running 1 battle or 2 battles. Generally, we run 2 battles in our qualifying battles. So each driver will get 2 leads and 2 chases, each with a different driver. But we got a couple. Well, it looks like it's an all interstate affair here for our national series. So that kind of makes sense. But we got a couple of machines coming around now. So that BMW, of course, all the way from Tasmania. That's Caleb Sheen. Very, very strong competitor in the Drift League series in Tasmania. I believe he actually won one of the championships very recently. So great to see him over there. Of course, all of the KDT crew over from Tassie here this weekend. So that's great to see.
Yeah, absolutely. We're definitely seeing some of the 3 states forward, some of Australia's finest really Ben rock up this weekend to try and prove themselves in really the only true national series that's running at the moment.
That's right. So it's good to see, and hopefully this momentum carries on to our second round over in Tasmania, and of course the final round in Victoria. So everyone, of course, jumping on that fresh new shiny thing. Let's see if we can keep this ball rolling and really show what the national series and all these drivers can come together and do. So we've got Caleb now in the lead, being chased down by Brendan O'Grady. Bogger in the BSC. 180 SX there. Absolutely excellent line there from Caleb in the lead. So smooth, so wide, doing a great job there, gripping Bogger. Every chance to get up on the door as he just drops a tyre there in the lead position. Again, right out to the edge of the track. Little bit of dirt turbo there from Caleb in the KDT machines. We transition now onto the bowl. There's no dirt to drop the tyre into there. That is all wall. And Caleb is right up all over that wall. What a lead run there, and Bogger doing a great job just sitting right in the pocket that entire time in the chase.
Yeah, great work by both of these guys. There's definitely no first qualifying run jitters from either of these drivers, Ben, but of course we've got some pretty seasoned competitors here, so both really trying to make their mark early and get their qualifying scores maxed.
Yeah, that's right. So we've got a couple more cars now heading off the line, and we've got to have that Eastside Motorsports, Murray Motorsport, S13 vert in the lead, being chased down by Marcus McCarthy. I just got to try and find who's actually in that vert as they come down the hill now.
And Marcus McCarthy right up on the door of that S13 convertible. S13 with it looks like he's had to shut it down mid-corner.
Yeah, off the track there. So that's Blake Eber there in the vert. We get some information fed into our ears. So Blake's just mentioned, just going, Marcus, go past me, bro. We'll worry about this later.
Marcus is happy to oblige.
Marcus is always happy to throw down a wall run. Let's look at the angle there from McCarthy as he comes across the line. It's one of those, you know, Marcus being a wheel liner, he's got that thing absolutely dialed, considering it is absolutely railed, and the thing's still quick as all hell.
Just give JB's phone back there. But yeah, not sure what caused that Sylvia to shut down mid-run, Ben, whether it's mechanical or
if there was a bit of contact between him and
potential contact, or it's very hard to tell from the tower. But what we do know is that we're going to send another quality battle. We're going to flip the script here. Brendan O'Grady.
Yeah, so Bogger's in the lead. We got Caleb in the chase. So coming down, we hear the judges saying, watch Bogger's entry. So as he gets right up on the wall, a little bit lazy compared to some of the snappy drivers we've seen there, but again, big angle from Bogger, absolutely roasting those 265s. Of course, he's got the power to do so. Hulk's turned down at the moment, it's only making 1,000 horsepower, and he's only revving it to like 8,000 RPM. He goes, I really missed that extra 1,000 RPM. I'm like, I'm sure you do, Bogger.
And that's showing right now. Bogger sort of mid-bowl though, so he's going to be looking to maybe push that up a little bit closer to the wall as this stage goes on.
He boggered down a bit?
He could have boggered down a little bit, but Bogger's one of those guys that we've seen go really fast on a 235, and it's actually exciting to see how these guys are going to, you know, adapt to a 265 and see how much grippier and how much quicker they're actually going to get, Ben.
That's right, so as we just see Blake there parked before the start line with about half a Tailem bend behind his back wheel there.
He's parked out at the riverside, Ben.
He's had to get the max tracks out. So there we go, we got a little bit of S13 on S13 action. So Blake in the lead there in that convertible red and black vert. And then we've got Marcus McCarthy there in the chase. Without Burson, oh sorry, he's in the lead this time. Oh, he's got a bit of active aero on the entry there. The boot flying up for Marcus McCarthy. He's right up on the wall. You see Blake there just trimming some line and some angle to get back up on the side of that super quick, that little silver bullet there of Marcus McCarthy. The Burson Auto Parts, the fresh livery as well. Of course, you can check out Backy McCarthy on YouTube to keep up to date with all the things he's doing. You can actually see the in-depth build of his tow rig that he drove over with. Love a second-gen Commodore tow rig.
Completely unbiased though, isn't it, Ben?
No, yeah, completely. But a good solid run there from both of our drivers. Again, first battle of the day that these guys are getting down for. As we've got a few more vehicles coming out. Of course, Tom Hemmings all the way from Mount Gambier. And we've got that white Safira. I believe that's one of our guest drivers, Danny.
Could be one of the Manoas.
It is Shinji.
Shinji Manoa.
Shinji Manoa. So he is, of course, all the way over from Japan. We've got the whole Manoa clan over here. So Shinji and Hiro are both driving in the competition today, tomorrow. We've got Masawa. She's driving in our expression session. So again, it's good to see. We're going to have little breaks between each of these groups of competition. Get some guys and girls out on track to put on a show for everybody here as all of our drivers get set for the next part of the competition. So we have little 15-minute expression sessions to fill those gaps as we're changing tyres, because of course here at all of our Drifting SA events, we like to keep that on-track action flowing all day long. We like to pride ourselves on a lack of downtime, Danny.
That's right. The lack of downtime really, Ben, is the only way that you can smash out an event like this in one day and not fall heinously behind schedule, which is something that drift events have been known for in their history, you could say.
Yes. So here we go. We're going to have Shinji in the lead. And then in the chase, it's going to be Tom Hemmings. As they come flying down the straight there. Big entry from both drivers, about 1.5 feet off the wall there from Shinji. As you watch the dive from Hemmings, falls back a little bit, again trying to surge up to the side, a little bit wide from Shinji as he drops a tyre. Oh, it's a transition. Hemmings takes the front end of the car off. There's no 6-foot long exhaust in front of him this time. That was all bumper on bumper crime that time to transition into the final bolt. Hemmings unfazed though. Car's looking a little bit sad as he has to reinitiate once again. Maybe dropping a little bit of power. He might have popped the cooler pump or something as well, as the car seems to struggle across the end.
Oh dearie me! Somebody get Shinji a shovel and a blower vac with that. It's got some cleanup to do. Oh, great drop. But I did speak to Tom Hemmings earlier, Ben, and he did say that because of the heat and the coolant temps that he's getting to, his ECU is shutting down his car. So
yeah, the joys of all the safeties.
Yeah.
But here we go. This is a DCA classic matchup here. We've got Dale Campaign versus Cam Martin come flying down the straight. Big entry from both drivers as Martin backwards in the chase behind Campaign. Still sticks it on the door. What an entry there from Cam as Dale, again, very smooth, very precise, right out on the edge of the track on that final on that second transition. And look at Martin, just starts to get walked a little bit as he was a little bit tight coming through this sweeper. Cuts that line once again, get up at the door of that Smith Partners 1 there of Dale Campaign. Dale again, nice and wide, not right up on the bowl, but pretty deep. And Martin right on the door. Oh, so Cam, okay, Cam's only on 2.35s.
So Cam may be the one that doesn't break a drive shaft this weekend.
Possibly. So yeah, Cam just getting a little bit, and you go, oh, 2.35, 2.65, it's you know, 30 mil of difference per tyre. It makes a massive difference when that's the only part of the car touching the ground. As we've almost lost Danny. Plastic chairs are weak, Danny. Here we go, Hemmings now in the lead, getting chased down by Shinji Manawa as they come into the entry. Hemmings right off the wall. You can see Shinji now just tucking in right on the door of that AA Transport S14. Danny's just trying to finish that chair off in the background. Transitioning now into the left-hander, a little bit of midline there. Working his way out nice and wide is Hemmings. Shinji taking a lot of angle out, trying to sit on the door in the pocket there behind Hemmings. So transition into the bowl now. Again, Hemmings mid-track, a little bit low as Shinji dropping a tyre across the line. Shinji, oh no, not the fresh TSA cars. No, Shinji, no.
We just renovated that.
I'm surprised that there's no green underneath that dent in the quarter there. Well, I believe this is actually, it's a new car, isn't it? It's not the green machine, is it? Nah, so.
Sorry, Ben, I've just had to recover from a dodgy chair. Have you seen the TikTok going around recently of the guy doing the interview and the chair cracks and at that point he knows he's on borrowed time. Well, I was on borrowed time, Ben.
All right, here we go. So we're going to have now Cam Martin in that Elite Auto Garage R33. Again, another big-time YouTuber here in Australia. Cam Martin drifting, chased down by Dale Campaign. Again, right up on the wall from Cam Martin. Big dive there from Dale. He needs to shake that ring rust off and get back into the swing of things, because that was a little bit average there from Dale on that entry, but good transition from both drivers. Cam working his way out to the edge of the track as Dale Campaign trying to get right in to that rear quarter panel of Cam Martin, transitioning right up on the edge of the track there from Cam Martin, up on the bowl. Dale now getting into formation, line astern across the line. Dale really trying to put an exclamation point at the end of that run, but there was a lot of work to get up there, Danny.
Holy dooly, Ben. That's a level of aggression from Dale Campaign that we're simply not used to seeing.
No. Stewie has to walk away. Can't deal with our commentary. I don't blame him.
It was all very professional up here until Stewie started getting involved, Ben. I don't know if you noticed that transition, but I did. But, got some more drivers coming out here, Ben, going to take up the track for us. And it looks like leading the pack there is...
Matt Harvey as well.
It's Matt Harvey leading the pack by half the layout, yeah. But Matt Harvey, good to see him back this year, of course, very dominant in our series last year, Ben.
Very dominant wherever he drives, to be honest, Matt Harvey. Definitely one of Australia's best drifters, that's for sure. It's good to see as well Nathan Greenhill out of retirement. He, again, one of our drivers, has had a bit of a hiatus. And he's out there, of course, in that JZ-powered 180SX. We got Jason Farron, of course, Mr. Keep It Read over from Victoria. He's going to be up against Joel Donegan. So Joel having a long hiatus. It had been a few years since he'd been back, but he came back with a vengeance last year in our South Australian series, taking out the round at Malar and placing very well in all of our other rounds. So we got those battles coming up. We've got our SA Pro rides lined up once again. But we're going to get right underway with our next qualifying battle. Of course, Matt Harvey in the Kumo tyres S13. He's going to be up against and chased down by Nathan Greenhill in that NGLX 180. Great to see Nathan back out on track once again. Big entry from Matt Harvey, absolutely roasting the tyres through turn 1. The throttle commitment on that initiation is absolutely insane from Matt Harvey. And he's absolutely walking Greenhill now, as Greenhill cutting the track to get back up into the side there of Matt Harvey. Is getting absolutely dutched out by the smoke that Matt Harvey puts out every single run, and up on the wall again from Matt Harvey. Good to see Greenhill there closing the door, getting right up on the back of Harvey as he shuts it down across the line there.
Yeah, Matt Harvey just doing your typical Matt Harvey thing of laying down a fantastic lead run. It looks like Nathan Greenhill is going to have to start adjusting to this bigger tyre by the looks of things, because that car used to haul on 235. So I remember seeing that thing at Malalar first time out, and every time we get on the gas bend, it just drive through. So 265s on that thing is going to be a treat to watch throughout the day.
That's right. Here we go. We've got another battle now. It is going to be Jason Ferrin and Joel Donegan coming down the straight. Big entry right up. Active aero once again as Ferrin definitely takes a chunk out of that rear corner on the initiation on the wall. And Joel Donegan there just keeping his pace, keeping his measure. Watch for the dive now on the transition again. About a car length and a half away. Donegan trying to close the door. Just training a bit of line, or is that just Ferrin being super wide there? A little bit of motocross action, jumping the ripple strip on the outside of the turn and right up on the wall, trying to finish this run off with an exclamation point. He does a great job of that. Donegan just a little bit low through that bowl as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, and a bit of a straighten by Donegan there through the bowl bend later on in the run. But I don't know, does anyone teach these Victorian guys how to shut a boot?
Apparently not.
Don't know what's going on. That must be a shortage of boot latches over there in Vic at the moment. I'm not sure, but a lot of active aero coming out of Victorian cars.
That's it. So as we watch our next battle now, it's going to be the flip and reverse. So it's going to be the second half of this battle between Nathan Greenhill and Matt Harvey. Two of the most impressive machines out here today as well. A couple of very high horsepower, very well set up cars as they come flying down the straight now. Greenhill nice and tight on the wall, nice smooth initiation. Matt Harvey super aggressive though, trying to push that carbon fibre door of Nathan Greenhill through turn 1. As the quarter time's up there, we transition now into turn 2. Harvey dropping back a touch. Greenhill on a little bit of a tighter line as he tries to work the car out wide. Matt Harvey, again, just stalking him, sitting that half a car length off the rear quarter. Transitioning up into the bowl. Greenhill nice and high, nice and smooth. Dips down a little bit towards the end there. And Matt Harvey actually dropping away a little bit at the end of that run. Maybe he's running out of tyre after absolutely cheesing him for 2 laps.
Entirely possible, yeah, but Matt Harvey with the big angle sort of checked himself up right at the end. Hard to see from this angle if it was before or after the finish line, Ben.
Yeah. Of course, our angle is the exact same angle as the judges, so they've got their work cut out for them as well. Of course, we do have our live stream on a slight delay for our judges, so after the run they can quickly look down and see what the camera saw as well. As we've got no tail lights in the boot of that R34. As Donegan now in the lead. Ferrin there in the chase, gone for a big dive, trying to get up on the side of that Everclear Pools S13. Again, nice smooth line from Donegan. Not as much angle as we see from some of the other drivers, but very fluid, very smooth. Nice transition once again. And then Ferrin's really taking advantage of that transition to get right up on the door. But again, you can see Donegan really lacking the angle compared to some of the other drivers through there, and kind of walking Ferrin a little bit as he's trying to like carry that speed through the course, right out wide across the line there. But yeah, again, that little bit of a lack of angle there from Donegan, maybe a little bit less wheel speed, and he's trying to drive through the course a little bit quicker.
Yeah, that's it. One thing I did notice, like props to Ferrin, coming onto the bowl, that transition onto the bowl, he really timed that perfectly and used that perfect transition timing to get right back up on the door of Donegan through the bowl.
It's good to see Ferrin basically mimicking the speed and the line of Donegan with probably a touch more angle. So great job there from Ferrin. Of course, Ferrin going to be over in America next year doing some driving once again. So it's good to see. And we got some more drivers coming. So this action is just not going to stop all day long, Danny.
Yeah, that's it, Ben. We're going to have these guys flowing through all day because, as I said before, we've got a very, very tight schedule to stick to.
That's right. We've got an absolutely stacked field, as we just saw it pulling up to the line now. So that looks like that's our other guest car. So I'm going to assume that's going to be Hiro Manawa in the 180SX. And it looks like Danny Pesic there is in the chase position, Danny.
Yeah, good to see Danny back driving an SA after he had a bit of a touchy time last time then.
So Hiro now coming down the front straight. Danny in the chase as they come into turn one. Nice smooth initiation from the lead car there. Danny a little bit wobbly there in the chase. Drops the tyre, runs out wide as Hiro now continuing through the course. Of course, Hiro, our Formula Drift driver from Japan over in FD USA, right out on the edge of the track, doing a great job there in the little RB20 powered 180SX, our DSA guest driver car, and a fantastic, look at it right up on the wall the whole way through. Danny now trying to hunt him down in the S13 as they finish off the lap, Danny.
Yeah, and it's really interesting to see, Ben, already. We haven't seen that many battles, but I've seen about 3 or 4 different lines coming off of the, into the bowl. So we just saw Hiro is really wide, and that's a long left-hand sweeper.
And then goes like track edge to track edge.
He kind of goes track edge to track edge. It's kind of a shallow transition, but it gets him right up on the concrete.
Yeah, whereas you see some of our drivers almost like of a more mid-track transition and really cutting the line. But here we go, Roger Hansen, Sam Mudge down into turn one. Roger, smooth as silk as always. Big entry in the chase there from Mudgey, just getting walked a little bit as they come through turn one. Of course, Roger's car is an absolute rocket ship. Former Australian prototype champion, of course. Roger knows how to drive a car fast, and he's doing that right now, absolutely feeding those 265s on the back of the S15 there. Mudgey just cutting a little bit of line there to get up on the door of Roger as they come around the bowl. Super solid lead run there from Roger in the lead, and Mudgey doing a great job getting that spicy RB20 under the bonnet, doing a great job.
You can see Mudgey really having to work hard in this heat to keep that RB20 close to the J-powered gripped up monster of Roger's S15.
I run into Mudgey and Blake before, doing a quick walk around in the pits, and I was obviously talking to everyone. Everyone's like, yeah, the heat sucks. We're all struggling. Mudgey's like, I did 5 laps before I turned my fan on, and it was fine. So definitely got some good cooling under the bonnet of that S13.
That's right. 20s don't feel heat, Ben. You can look at a gauge on a 20 reading 105, and the 20 thinks it's 80.
I don't know. It's fine. All right, here we go. We got Danny Pesic now in the lead, getting chased down by Hiro as they come into turn one. Big snappy initiation from Danny, really trying to maximise this lead run now because he did have that big mistake in the chase. He knows he's going to be fighting uphill. But as he shuts it down. So a bit of an issue once again from Danny. Hiro doing a great job to avoid contact, getting right up onto the door of Danny Pesic now, as you can see him just really working that RB20 to stay behind the SR-powered machine. Oh, Danny's they come through the bowl. Big tyre drop once again. Oh, we've lost the rear bar. Hiro doing a better job though. He managed to keep it off the tyre stacks. Stewie's like, oh, we need to save this bar. We won't worry. We won't worry about Tom's bar, but we got to keep the DSA bar. It's off the line, Stewie. Now watch Mudgey just clean it up.
If anyone's got Mudgey's number, give him a ring, tell him name for it. I didn't say
that. So we got Mudgey and Roger Hansen now coming around. Coming up the hill now. Look at the sideways action down the straight from Mudgey. Really keeping the car loose. Throws the car away from the wall though. We want to see the drivers throwing the car right up against the wall. So a bit of a mid-line on the initiation from Mudgey. But Roger doing a great job reading that and following Mudgey exactly where he goes, which is what he wants to do as the chase driver. Mudgey doing a much better job in the second half of this run. Nice and wide up on the sweeper there. So transition into the bowl. Smooth line there, bit of a dive from Roger, a little bit low from Roger. He wants to get the car up next to and parallel with Mudgey as they come around and does that right across the line, Danny.
Yeah, exactly, Ben. Roger doing that thing towards the end there where he's like, do I push it up against the wall or do I sacrifice that a little bit and really go for the proximity over that the sort of wall run? So
and Roger chose violence.
Roger chose violence. Roger chose that poor right-hand door of that S13 Silvia. It's that fantastic driving here by these two guys. We've got some more competitors driving out of the track here, Ben.
We got Goonie. We got. It's actually a battle of the Wills. We've got Will Yardley and Will Argoon.
Will Yardley obviously looking a lot less pink than he was last time we saw him, Ben.
Yeah, he sure is. Oh, that's melted. They've got a melted lolly. That's kind of gross.
It's like lolly syrup.
So we're just struggling again to get the cars to the form up, getting them prepped and ready to go. So we're just sending the battles out a little bit further apart. And we do here again have the Battle of the Wills. So Will Yardley from New South Wales, Will Argoon from the border of Victoria and South Australia, of course, that little town known as Mount Gambier.
I've heard of it.
We've had some good times in Mount Gambier.
We are intimately familiar with the pubs of Mount Gambier.
Yeah, RIP Shadows, of course. So again, Goonie stepping it up this year. He's got big 265s on the back of Walter there. Of course, in the state series, Goonie can run a 255, so not really that much of a difference, but that thing is an absolute weapon. Again, with the shockworks under the back of that car. So again, you are watching our Shockworks Drift Collective round 1, the first round, the first ever Drift Collective here, as we got the Battle of the Wheels now. Yardley in the lead, being chased down by Argoon, coming down the straight. Tail light flapping in Walter as they throw it into the bowl. Big angle there from Yardley and Goonie as they come through. That corner just tightens up and tightens up. The cars slow down using the angle as they transition now to the left. Goonie just starting to fall away a little bit. He wants to get right up onto the door of Will Yardley. As you can see, just cut the line once again, trying to get up on the doors. Yardley's in the wall. Big wall hit there from Yardley. Keeps the foot in it though. Finishes off the lap. So great job there from Will Yardley.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like that wall hit was enough to really cause some damage there, Ben. His wheels are pointing the same direction.
He kept the front end out of the wall, which is the most important part.
He committed to the hit. Which is the one thing you want to do when you're heading for a wall, Ben, is do not back out of that and try and correct that. You just got to keep the foot in, commit to the hit, and hope that front end doesn't come around hard.
That's right. So it looks like we've got Snedden now. He's going to be leading in that brown R32. And then we got the S14 giving chase. Got to figure out which S14 that is as we come down the hill now into turn 1.
Oh, good entry there by Mark, right up against the wall in that R32. S14 in the chase there, very, very shallow, but sort of doing his best to keep up with Mark, who maintains a really, really good mid-corner speed coming through the left-hand sweeper now. And a bit of a straight now by our lead car. Both of these guys, a little untidy, transitioning into the bowl. And we've got a pretty big drop here, Ben, lead car to chase car.
Yeah, that's right. You can see Mark up nice and high and finishing off that run strong was the chase car just struggling. Danny, stop leaning on the chair. Just struggling there in the chase. All right, so Jason Hayden there in the chase is actually not on my list, so that doesn't help the situation. Battle of Bayswater. They're both from the same area. That's good to know.
You've managed to come up with a really cool title from absolutely nothing. Battle of Bayswater.
There we go. So here we go. We've gone from the Battle of Bayswater to the Battle of the Wheels. Is Goonie right up on the wall, and look at Yardley there pushing up to the side of Walter, that big AU wagon. Transitioning now, a bit of an early transition from Yardley, really has to massage the car to make it work, but he does it. And just trying to stay behind Walter there. Again, Goonie a little bit shallow there as they transition up to the bowl. Nothing shallow about that as actually it starts to fall away down a little bit. Put the knocks on him there, but a good solid lead run there from Will Argoon, and Yardley all over him the whole lap in the chase, Danny.
That's it, that big AU wagon engulfing the little S14. One of these cars was designed to haul Australian families around in 1999, and the other one was designed for, I guess, Japanese women to cruise around with on the weekend.
Business women.
Business women.
All right, so we got Jason Hayden now in the S14. He's going to get chased down by Mark Snedden. So again,
Battle of Bayswater.
Battle of Bayswater coming down into turn 1. Good lead this time from Jason. So doing a much better job in the lead than he did in the chase there. Mark Snedden a little bit measured in that chase position, starting to get walked away a little bit as well, trying to do everything he can to keep up with the S14 of Jason there in the lead. Again, just trimming that line, trying to get up onto the door of Jason Hayden now. As Jason, again, much better job there in the lead. Full pull, solid lap. Snedden just, again, just uses the angle and the dirt to slow it down.
Yeah, Sneds is against using his brake pads. He's a bit cost saver, so he'd rather use the dirt to slow down.
I don't want to use it if I don't have to. We've got a few more machines now coming around the circuit. I can see Nathan Makovic there in the BMW. We got that silver S13 as well. We've got Shea Ponsonby. So we're just looking to see that silver S13.
Yeah, and honestly, if you didn't send that picture of your car into the live streamers, that's on you guys. We'd be able to identify you very easily if you had that photo of your car here. But of course, with so many interstate entrants coming through at the moment, we're trying to get our ducks in a row here. A few unfamiliar cars that we'd love to see out, and we'd love to see call your name.
Yeah, that's it. But then again, you've got, it could be Beasley. Yeah, so it is Beasley. So there you go. So it is Nate. So his photo's just outdated. His car's red on our paperwork. So so he's going to be Makovic and Beasley. So a couple of real hot boy looking machines out on track right now, Danny. We've got a lot of chrome going on.
A lot of style on the track right now, Ben.
That's right. Definitely one of the best looking cars out here today is Nathan Makovic, and absolutely hauling down into turn one, right up on the wall. Great job there from Nathan, as you see Beasley just having to cut the line a little bit to try and keep up with Makovic. That's Nathan doing a good job there. Solid transition, a little bit lazy actually from Nathan in the lead position there. Allows Nathan to catch up. I had a little bit of a mental blank there. But again, Makovic and Beasley coming around the there from the BMW in the lead, but gets it done as they finish that one off. So a couple of Nathans out there throwing it down, Danny.
Battle of the Nathans, we've had the Battle of
Bayswater.
Bayswater.
Like, it's Nathan. I'm like, hang on a minute, the other one's Nathan.
We've had the Battle of the Wheels, the Nathans, Bayswater. It's just we've got a bit of a theme going here, Ben. We've got to match these guys up based on something completely irrelevant to drifting.
That's right. That's the way it goes. I actually don't know how they were formed up, but someone's done something somewhere to
make that happen.
Put an Easter egg in every battle. That'll make life fun.
That probably went, the commentators can't screw this up. We're going to make it so easy. We're going to match up names. We're going to match up locations.
No, of course not. So here we go. Beasley now in the lead. In the silver S13, get chased down by Makovic. Again, big entry from both of our drivers. Beasley right up the wall. Makovic just cutting the line a little bit to try and keep up. Big angle there from Beasley in the lead as well, doing a very solid job in the lead. As you can see, a little bit of an awkward transition there from Makovic, and he shuts it down. So it looked like almost like when he went for that transition, instead of snapping the car, it kind of rolled around, and from that point, he shut it down. So
that fantastic line by Beasley transitioning onto the bowl then and really stuck up against that wall. So despite the fact there was no car with him, very, very good driving.
Yeah, probably the best situation for a car to be shut down. It's not good for anyone, but if the chase car shuts down, the lead car can still finish off that lap and really show the judges the score that they should be getting. Whereas if the lead car shuts down in front of a chase car, it makes it a lot harder for the judges to give that chase car an accurate score. So it's good to see. So that's actually going to be Aiden Scott in Kane Scott's car. So Kane letting Aiden use his car, as Aiden's car wasn't ready and Kane wasn't entered here today. So you know, a lot of our local people know that of that car being Kane's, but it is being driven by the other Scott that's not related, but it's still a Scott. The non-Scott Scott. And then we've got that 8.6 as well, which I'm just...
Yes, I was having a bit...
So that's Hunter Carey, I believe.
Yeah, I was having a little look at your list before, and I saw Hunter Carey listed as an 86, and I thought, how many can there be then?
just going to have a quick check with Josh. He's pretty young, isn't he? He's 15. There you go. So he's very young. So there you go. He's been drifting for 7 months, and he's over here all the way from Victoria. I believe he's actually got some sponsorship from Keeper Reed as well. Yep. So he's getting supported by Keeper Reed. So that's good to see. So interesting to see how he's going to go here today. Again, going up against one of South Australia's top-tier drivers here of Aiden Scott. I was just starting to talk about how, like, you look at Aiden driving Kane's car. Kane's car looked like Kane's car. You look at that, it's now pretty. You're watching everybody, like, stepping up the presentation here for this weekend, and then you've got Kurt Penrose Star just pulled the car out the paddock. I don't even think he gave it a squirt. So coming down the straight now, Hunter Carey, he's going to be in the lead, getting chased down by Aiden Scott. Big angle from both drivers. Oh, so it's Adrian Bono. Too many red, white, and black 8.6s out here today. There we go. Oh, okay, there we go. So Bono now in the lead, being chased down by Aiden Scott. So as he transitions right up high on that initiation into the goal run, the back of that 8.6, there is not a lot of room between the back of that car and those rear tyres.
Perfect wall run there by Bono.
He's really, he's playing on hard mode when it comes to these wall runs, and he's absolutely nailing it. So great job there. As we can see on the live stream, some legendary BMW reliability as Makovac gets pushed into the pits. So VSKF's ain't going to save you from breaking down.
But at least you look cool when you're getting pushed.
Speaking of breaking down, I've got Cam Martin behind me. Bit of both. That's good to see you make it over here, man. So hopefully you do pretty well. But here we go, coming down the front straight now. A couple of quick machines right out on the edge of the track there. A bit of a dirt drop from our lead car there of Daniel Brown. So Daniel Brown in the lead. Nice solid transition. Kurt Penrose Star again straight out of the paddock out here to the Bend Motorsport Park. The S14 there. Of course, that's CC's old machine, as he's getting right up onto the door of Brown as they come across the line, finishing off this lap. The real yin and yang when you look at the presentation of those two cars.
And if the previous owner of that car would see the state it's in now, you know, big presentation, guys, seeing it pulled straight out the paddock onto the track.
CC's just standing there looking at the live stream with a single tear rolling down his cheek, looking at his old car.
Thanks, Jack.
All right, so this time it's going to be Aiden Scott now in the lead, being chased down by Adrian Bono. Nice solid initiation from both drivers. Adrian trying to get right into that pocket straight away. As you can see, Aiden just trimming a little bit of that line in the lead position, walking away from Adrian a little bit as they transition out. Again, big angle, a little bit of contact there possibly between the two cars. As you can see, Aiden's actually struggling a little bit with the RV20 powered machine of Kane Scott. As again, not Kane, Aiden driving Kane's car, but Kane's car doing Kane's car thing. Looks like he's just struggling a little bit under the right foot there, and Bono doing a great job just trying to keep the car off of him. Yeah,
fantastic work by Bono in the chase there. He's kind of matched his lead with some fantastic proximity to Aiden. I don't know if Aiden's got that excuse this weekend, Ben. That car's freshly tuned, makes 320 kilowatts. What more do you need?
He did the whole of Adelaide Motorsport Festival in it though. Actually did one day of Adelaide Motorsport Festival. For Kane, that's enough to really put the reliability into question. But here we go. It's going to be Kurt Penrose Star now. He's going to be in the lead, being chased down by Daniel Brown. Did he have a bumper on bonnet on this car for scrutineering this morning? As he's just like skirted it straight from the paddock?
I think like a lot of people, he's maybe taken that bonnet off to keep the car cool, but seems to be a popular modification.
Yeah, it is, of course, a scorcher out here today at Tailem Bend. And not just the on-track action, as that was a very nasty looking gear change from Kurt Penrose Star, but he gets it done, gets the car up on the bowl, about mid-line through the rest of the course. As Daniel Brown all over the back of him there, just drops the tyre again across the line. Very popular spot to slow the cars down. It's like the end of a drag strip when you hit the gravel strap, when your brakes let go.
Yeah, they're going to start digging a pretty big trench in that.
Yeah, that's it. There's going to be a lot of people going out with shovels at 2:30 for lunch. But of course, again, it is an absolute scorcher here today at the bend. So just remember, stay hydrated. Try and drink some waters. Get some sunscreen on. Try and find some shade. Go sit in the aircon for a little bit. Of course, we do have the welcome centre here. So if you are feeling a little bit warm, just head down to the welcome centre. Suss the merch and the stickers. There's a bit of aircon in there, so you'll feel nice and cool. A lot cooler than us in here up in the commentary.
I like a lot. It's
oh, he broke it in half. So Makovic snapped his tail shaft in half.
Oh dear. Oh. Not exactly something you can drop down to the shops and grab.
He got shafted on that one, that's for sure.
You don't want to break the shaft. Exactly. If you break the shaft, you've done something seriously wrong.
There we go. We've got a few more cars coming around now. Looks like was that an EL Falcon over there, Danny?
It is.
It is an EL Falcon. So let's have a look at our thing. EL Falcon. There's only one of them, which is good. That's Sam Lawson, all the way from Tasmania. So if you're bringing an EL from Tasmania, I'm going to assume that's going to be pretty spicy. You're not just rolling. You're not rolling up with an Intec. Oh, I've got an Intec swapping 4480s. Better go do a national series. Would sound good. But here we go. So it is going to be Samuel Lawson there, and of course against pretty much our closest resident. He would be the hometown hero here. Shea Ponsonby is only half an hour away, down in Strath Vegas.
That's it. It's an exciting driver, Shea, coming up through our state series.
That's it. So we stepped it up here this weekend for the national series for Drift Collective here at the Bend Motorsport Park. In the lead, it is the Shea Ponsonby getting chased down by Samuel Lawson in the Falcon. You know what? It might actually be just an Intec with 4480s. He's got some work to do, but he's doing a good job. Although I think I do see an intercooler popping out the bottom of that, but.
Yeah, it looks like it's
Shea was saying
too hard to be an NA Intec.
Yeah, but Shea was saying this morning he was struggling a little bit. It felt like the car was slow. Definitely not slower than that EL Falcon. He's walked away from it a little bit. Again, though, a little bit of lack of line, a little bit of lack of angle. Probably keeping that wheel speed down. Did blow a diff this morning as well, so maybe the diff ratios are a little bit different. He's trying to get used to it, but I got a very solid lead there. Did all the things he needed to do, and Sam Lawson in the chase. Doing a good job there as we got a couple more cars coming around. Again, another Tassie there of Jack Atkins in that absolutely railed S13, getting chased down by Jamie Godefroy in the polar opposite. High, V8, loud, obnoxious, and he's still on the track. And unfortunately there for Jack, just getting a little bit too keen on that initiation. Can't wash the speed off and ends up in the dirt. Jamie Godefroy there in that outside thinking. S13 with the 427 under the bonnet, absolutely letting it eat right now through the sweeper and into the bowl. Of course, Jamie was out at Adelaide Motorsport Festival last weekend, putting on a show along with a bunch of our other drifters. So if you are up here this weekend, you've joined us from the Adelaide Motorsport Festival, welcome, thank you for coming. Jump into a pro drift car, $99, go out for a couple laps.
That's it. Help him with some of the best drivers in the country.
That's right. Into their cars.
You couldn't go for a $99 driver Brody Kostecki, could you?
No, not at all.
Not. So we're going to flip it around here. We've got Sam Lawson and Shea Ponsonby. They're going to go again. Both of these guys making mistakes.
It's got a Fairmont bonnet on it.
It's got the Mont bonnet, yeah.
So it's a full Mont front end.
That's why it was so classy, Ben. I couldn't quite put my finger on it.
That wine red.
La-di-da.
Ooh, la-di-da. I've got a wine red.
I've got a
wine red Mont drift car. So there you go. Sam's now going to be in the lead. Let's see what Shea can do here in the chase. Again, Shea just walking away from me. So he's gone from a 513 to a 411. Shea Ponsonby has. There's big initiation there, and off the Tailem Bend Township goes Samuel there in the EL Falcon.
Riverside's not to a 9, mate.
Yes, but we will be there for sure. Yeah, he's heading off to Old Tailem Town.
Really picking up that tourism then.
He heard Shay lives in Strath. He's like, I'll head there now.
Yeah.
He'll catch up for drinks
Yeah,
afterwards.
mate.
But speaking of Shay, absolutely nailed that lap. We're too busy talking about Sam being off in the dirt, but great job there from Shay Ponsonby.
And there's the dirt you were talking about.
Yeah.
It's just slowly drifting past the commentator's window right now, blocking the view of everything. You see that Adelaide Motorsport Festival sticker still on the back of Jamie's car.
Yeah, you definitely. It's one of those things you want to keep that as long as you can. You want to prove that you were there. But let's see what he can do now in the lead. See what Jack can do in the chase. Of course, Jack got a little bit too deep on that first run. Let's see if he can dial it back a little bit as he loses the skirt on initiation. Bit of an awkward line to chase there as Jamie cuts that first corner quite aggressively, but keeping the angle and the smoke going absolutely foot buried in that S13. Jack doing a great job now, right up on the side of Jamie as they come around the sweeper into that final transition. Great car to watch driving there of Jack Atkins as he comes around the final sweeper in the chase position. Again, two polar opposites when you look at the car. Like you've got big body, like not body roll, but squat, like suspension movement and all this stuff from Jamie Godfrey, and then you've got just railed street car.
Low SR,
perfect,
stiff.
So perfection basically.
You can't improve on that.
And it looks like we've got Discount LZ out on track right now in that cream 180SX. I don't know who's driving that. We'll figure that one out nice and quick. But it's good to see, speaking of people stepping up the presentation game, that's Tim Rasmussen.
So he's gone and got a kit.
He's gone from matte black to glossback, and he's put some vinyl on his car, and it looks $1 million.
Do you know, he probably grabbed the wrong can off the shelf. He's gone for Matt.
I've gone too far now, I've got to finish the job.
He's grabbed gloss, he's got himself a kit, a little livery.
That's right, and of course Matt Mason from WA in the Zoo Performance BMW. And then we got it's an S15 in the back there as well. We've got a little bit of an incomplete list here, Danny, which makes life a little bit harder.
They put the list out and they say, hey guys, send us a photo of your car so we can put it in the pamphlet so everyone knows who you are. And some people just don't do that.
That's it. So we'll get to that. Hopefully one of the we can find out from the judges at Race Control who's in the cars coming around. We got Tim Rasmussen there. So KDT. So we got a Tassie. Trent Palmer. It says grey. That's not grey. I'm not colourblind, I swear. It's definitely beige. But anyway, we got Trent now. He's going to be in the lead. Timmy Rasmussen in the chase. Coming down the straight now. Big initiation from both drivers there. Trent just driving away from the wall a little bit, floating out wide. 2 tyres, 4 tyres off. Rasmussen dropping a tyre on the inside, just making sure he stays well away from that car on the outside of the track. Timmy now, he's going to finish this lap off. So is Trent. Good to see Trent back out on track and finishing that lap. Of course, so this is our qualifying battles. Our drivers are judged the entire time. So even though he's had a whoopsie, he's still going to get a score for the rest of the run. So he needs to go out there, finish the job, because sometimes having a whoopsie and finishing the run is the difference between making it or not, Danny.
Yeah, that's it. Don't just crack the sads and mosey on back to the start-finish line, Ben. You got to finish that. Get every single last point you can out of that run.
That's right. So we got a couple of machines there. So the S15.
Coming round here, Matt Mason, a familiar face for those of you that have followed the Drifting SA State Series.
All right, so we got Mitch Correa there in the lead in the S15, right up on the wall, and so's Matt Mason in the chase. Again, Mitch just has to reinitiate there as he just shuts down off the track. Matt Mason there is pulling up, and he's just going to go, all right, then, I'm just going to go now. I'm just going to finish this one off. Unfortunately there for Mitch, just shutting it down. So bit of an issue there for Mitch Correa as Matt Mason. Oh, a bit of a bobble there from Matt Mason as well. He's got to still finish that run off strong. As you can see, just get on the foot brake, trying to bake those tyres around the bowl in this extreme heat here today at the Bend Motorsport Park, Danny.
Yeah, that's it. Extreme heat obviously playing a big factor on cooling systems, Ben, but another thing that kind of goes under the radar is how quickly heat destroys tyres.
Those tyres are absolutely melting.
That's right, you get a hot tyre, it starts to chunk and fall apart, so we'll see how these guys manage that throughout this weekend.
There we go, so it's Tim versus Trent. Rasmussen in the lead, Palmer in the chase. Nice smooth initiation from Tim. Trent using that car as a metronome in front of him, gauging where to go on the track, how to go on the track. But that's the best way to learn a new track, is follow someone that's done it plenty of times, and you can see Trent looking way more comfortable in that chase position, chasing down Timmy Rasmussen. A good transition from both drivers. Big angle there from Trent, bit of a bobble. Just overdid it a little bit on that transition. Now driving back up to the side of Tim Rasmussen as they come across the line, up the hill, finish that lap off. Trent will be a lot happier with that run than the first one. Kept it on the track this time, it's always good.
Absolutely. Yeah, Trent, another one of our victims to removing the bonnet by the looks of things.
So we got some pro rides guys going through. Again, stepping it up. We got Timmy Greaves with a fancy livery on his pro ride car, so that's good to see.
The very, very familiar 86 with Simon Mitchell.
That's right, the SM Automotive Solutions. Now, of course, if you are a bit hot, they don't have aircon, but they got windows, and you're going real fast, so you get a little bit of fresh air blown on your face.
You got that 150 and 2 aircon, 150 k's an hour, 2 windows down. What more do you want?
All right, here we go. Matty Mason now. He's going to be in the lead, getting chased down by Mitch in the S15. See if Mitch can do the same thing as Trent, use that lead car as a metronome, someone that's driven this track plenty of times, and follow them around as Matt Mason, nice and wide, right to the edge of the track, transition. Again, one of the widest drivers we've seen through that quarter there is Matt Mason, and he's doing a great job really filling that outside zone, transitioning now into the final quarter. Big angle from Mitch in the chase, has to check the car up, get it going once again. So a little bit of trouble again from Mitch Correa there in the S15 in the chase position, Danny.
Yeah, good work by Matt. Not quite as high as on the bowl as he probably would have wanted, but unfortunately for Mitch, big snap to an over rotation coming into the bowl, which obviously cost him a lot of his momentum, Ben. So
yeah, he did well to keep the car in drift as well, though. Like, you know, you didn't see him straighten and reinitiate. It was just a couple of big woodahs to get it going once again. So here we go.
Here is the Black Oval White 86 that we were talking about.
Oh yeah,
before.
that looks nothing like the other one.
It doesn't. No. I mean, we obviously know what that car's referencing.
Yeah.
But,
no, I'm talking about the other 86 that we said was him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And we got
if someone said it's the 86 is clearly inspired by Initial D, we wouldn't know exactly what it was.
And we got a 31 wagon, Danny.
Oh boy. It's good to see people still pushing 31 wagons competitive.
Yeah, I'm just having a quick look at my paperwork. It looks like it's got an SR20 in it too, Danny.
Factory Pintara, perhaps?
She's a penny with an SR.
We're looking at a penny? We could be.
So that's being driven by Fletcher Pinner. Pretty close to penny, so probably is a penny.
Be disappointing if it wasn't.
So he's going to be out there in the 31 wagon. Of course, we do have that 86 as well.
Yeah, the 86 that we were getting a little bit confused about before. And that young man, 15 years old, Ben.
I know. Absolutely wild. So here we go. We're going to have Fletcher Pinner now. He's going to be chasing, and in the lead, it's going to be Hunter Carey in that 8.6. So Hunter and Fletcher down the straight. Big initiation from both drivers there. A little bit mid-track from Fletcher, but he gets right up onto the door of Hunter, coming through this long right-hand turn as it just tightens up. The cars slow down. Really see that concertina effect, getting the cars closing right together as they both wash off the speed now. And then they pick it right back up through this long left-hand sweeper, and then we transition into this big, long wall ride. Very big, very fast track. This is pretty much one of the fastest layouts we have here at the Bend Motorsport Park, and it's an absolute tire killer, Danny.
Yeah, absolutely. It's as we were saying before, Ben, 150 k's an hour entry against the wall into the first turn, and then obviously one quick transition. Or 2 quick transitions later, you find yourself up against the concrete wall again in a bowl. And yeah, left-hand tyre killer for sure. You're blazing that outside wheel, sorry, a lot more than you are the inside wheel. So you're going to see a lot of these guys maybe even flipping tyres throughout the day to try and keep that wear even.
Left, right, switch over, keep it going. We've got a 32 now coming down the straight, being chased down by Aaron DeWar as they come into the first corner there. Nice and wide from the lead driver. Exactly what I said. DeWar just cutting that line, trimming that angle, trying to get up onto the door. Definitely one of the smokiest cars we see out here is that DeWar's Engines S14. And he is all over the back of our lead car there. As he comes up through the bowl, both drivers nice and high, exactly what we like to see. Really finishing that run off. Big tyre drop across the line. Just covering our camera crew in a bit of dust there, Danny.
Yeah, they've not set the, picked the greatest spot to set up, have they? Getting absolutely peppered with dust so far. But look, great. Not a bad chase there by Aaron. The bar a bit of a straight in mid-track, but that big wing R32 in the lead bend doing a fantastic job filling out those outside zones, giving Aaron the every opportunity to produce a good chase run.
That's it. All right, so we got Hunter Carey and Fletcher Penner now. So Fletcher's going to be in the lead in the R31. Coming down this straight here, being chased down by 15-year-old Hunter Carey. First taste of national competition here for Hunter as he's chasing down Fletcher there. Both drivers doing a good job. Big chuck of angle there from the lead car. Big tyre drop as Fletcher's off and he's led Hunter astray. Fletcher doing a good job to get it back going. Once again, you can hear a pick of gear through the sweeper there. And Hunter again finishing off that lap, and that's exactly what we want to see, Danny. We want to see these drivers finishing off the lap here, getting that maximum score out of their battle.
Yeah, absolutely. You can only imagine that was hammered home in the driver's briefing this morning, Ben. If you spin, if you have an error in your qualifying battles, just finish the damn run.
That's right, finish the run. So we got Luke Foley in that 32.
Right there on his door.
Yeah,
don't know how he missed that.
It's on his door, but it's not on my paperwork. It's not on my sheet, so. All right, so Aaron DeWar now in the lead in the S14. Luke Foley in the chase. Big initiation there from DeWar, right up on the wall. Great to see. A little bit of an awkward chase there from Foley, just straightening up through the sweep. Let's see if we can get back up on the door of DeWar. Again, nice and wide, big tyre drop there from DeWar on the edge of the track. Might see him with a broom and a shovel a little bit later on. No one wants to be dropping tyres on the daylight today. You do not want to be on the clean-up crew. But good job from DeWar from the rest of the run, really finishing it off with authority. And Foley looking a lot more comfortable in the lead than he did in the chase on that one, Danny.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of straight line driving there by Foley in the chase, unfortunately. As our cars just coming back into the pit. So Danny, that's all of our drivers. They've done one battle now. That's the entire field. We are obviously missing a few people. We had some issues, some crashes this morning, a couple of car mechanical issues. I know Chop was on the list, Shoulders was on the list, but coming from Queensland, he probably couldn't physically come here.
He didn't want to put his car on a boat to get it out of Victoria. Sorry,
get it out of his driveway. I saw a photo he put on his Instagram story, and yeah, it was just flooded up to his house basically. So poor bloke couldn't get out of his driveway.
Yeah, thoughts going out to everybody up in Queensland. Obviously, having to deal with the amount of water up there. We would like some down here. That would be nice. It's too bloody hot here today, I'll tell you that.
I think that tomorrow you wish that become a reality.
I'm going to regret saying that tomorrow when it's still just as hot, but it's going to be raining. We're going to have the full Queensland experience. Yeah, it's cool change. It's still going to be muggy ass. Yeah. But anyway, so this is now these are the second half of these qualifying battles. So these guys are out for their second run of the day. And we're going to start off with Caleb Sheehan and Matt Harvey. So a couple of Tassies coming down the front straight. Big initiation from both drivers. Sheehan on the wall. Harvey on the door of Caleb as they come through turn 1. Again, you watch Harvey just lunging onto the back of the KDT machine. There's a transition into the left-hander. Nice and wide from Caleb. Drops a tyre. Grabs that ripple strip. That ripple strip is a wheel killer. You got to keep that one in mind. But again, finishing off this run nice and strong is Matt Harvey and Caleb Sheehan coming up the hill. What a battle, Danny.
Yeah, great work by both of these guys. You mentioned that ripple strip before, Ben. Not just a tyre killer.
A wheel killer.
Hitting a wheel killer, it unsettles the car. You hit ripple strips like that, it's such a change in surface that it completely changes how the car feels for that moment. So it's it really makes it a hassle to keep that thing under control.
That's right. So we got another battle on our hands now. The man with every sponsorship under the sun versus doing it for himself, Roger Ianson. So Dale Campaign there.
We've got Perkins versus the privateer.
There you go, Campaign, big initiation, scrapes the wall. Roger Ianson again, we know he's fast, we know he's precise. Let's see how aggressive he can be. And he is being super aggressive right now on the back of that Smith Partners real estate. One veer there of Dale Campaigns. He just drops a tyre there, so a bit of an awkward moment there from Dale. Doesn't usually make mistakes like that, Danny, especially this early in the day. Normally see him being a lot more conservative because he's on that mid-line through the bowl, and Roger taking full advantage of that all up in the side of that black and orange machine, Danny.
Yeah, Roger Ianson, very, very nice and smooth on the chase there. Very consistent sort of half a car gap between himself and the lead car. We saw Dale Campaign. We're seeing, Ben, it's a very line dependent coming onto the bowl. So if you don't nail that line, they really drop off that wall. And they really want to see everyone get up onto the wall of that bowl.
Yeah, that's it, Danny. So I'm just standing up for a second because it's very sweaty in here as we got Matt Harvey now in the lead, right up on the wall once again. As you can see, Caleb just trims a little bit of line on that initiation to make sure he stays right on the door. The Kuma Tyres S13. Matt Harvey once again in the lead, absolutely blazing. We see it every lap. Yeah, I don't know where he finds all this extra tyre smoke from. Those Kumo's putting in the work there as he, again, just absolutely dutches out Caleb in that chase position. Caleb very low on the bowl, just trying to keep up with that absolute weapon of a car of Matt Harvey, Danny.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt Harvey, one of the obviously quickest cars on this grid today in the field. Seasoned, he set that car up to perfection, so it's absolutely everything against you in the world to try and keep up with someone like that.
And then you put Matt Harvey behind the wheel of it as well, so you got to deal with that as.
Yeah, it doesn't make your life any easier, does it?
It's not like you're following a spud that just spent all this money and still hasn't learned how to drive the thing yet. He definitely knows how to throw that machine around. And so does Roger Ianson, again up on the wall on that initiation. Picture perfect from Ianson. Dale Campaign turning that aggression up in the chase, really trying to push onto the door of Roger there as they transition into this only left-hander on the course. Roger, again, picture perfect. Oh, big straighten from Campaign in the chase. Bit of an issue there for Dale, but Roger unfazed in that lead position, showing us how it's done. Look at him, just scraping that wall the entire way around with the wing. What a lead run. It's probably one of the best scoring leads we'll see today, Danny.
Yeah, typical coming from Roger. I've just done a lot of laps in this track, Ben. He's very familiar with the track, very familiar with the car. Looks like he's taken this bigger tyre roll like a duck to water. So fantastic job by Roger. Very impressive driving from him as per usual. Got another group of cars coming out on the track here, Ben. Some pretty familiar cars, I may say, because we've got, of course, Hiro Minoa.
That's right.
And we've also got his dad, Shinji, coming out in the white Zafiro. And filling out those gaps, we've got local hero Scott Miller and Aussie hero Jason Ferrin, of course, of Keep It Reet fame. One of the big names that's helped organise our national series here.
Again, yeah, it's great to see all these different state communities coming together to form this national series. It is a real collective, hence the name, Drift Collective.
Yeah, if it's a collective of drifters, you would not read about it, would you?
I'm just amazed that anybody can get along with Stewie for this long. So
who says we can?
It's great to see the support both from drivers and from the crowd. See a lot of people being smart there. We've got a Bunnings hat there on the wall. We've got Adam May in a bucket hat. As we've got Hero there in the lead, being chased down by Scotty Miller. Our guest driver, Hero, in the lead. Scotty Miller in that Tasia Tyre Centres S14 in the chase, just mimicking that lead car. Again, Hero very good, really good at placing that car exactly where he wants to on the track, and really filling those outside zones, placing the car absolutely excellent. A little bit of left foot brake there, gets the car right up on the bowl, and Miller all over the side of him as they come around the corner. Stewie's like, remember, he's pushing forwards on the handbrake for that. Is he though? Is he using it like that, or is he traditional left foot braking?
Stewie, if you can't produce data, we're going to have to take you at your word. You got a sensor on that bad boy?
Of course, that Acostal Motorsport developer handbrake Stewie wants us to plug.
Did you say Acostal, Ben?
I did say Acostal, Danny. All right, here we go. We've got Shinji now. Big initiation from Shinji into Safiro. And Jason Ferrin there in the keep and reap machine in the chase position, really trying to get up onto the side of that car. A couple of big four-doors now coming around the course. Again, snappy transition from Shinji, really showing that old-school flair. Doing a great job filling that outside zone. Ferrin again, just trying to mimic that lead car. Right up on the wall for Shinji. Absolutely smashing out that lead run, Danny.
Yeah, and Shinji, that entry into the first turn was so snappy, Ben.
It was good to see. Instead of, you see some of these drivers kind of roll the car in and then get big angle, but you saw Shinji just really snap that car super aggressively. And that's what we want to see. We want to see that very aggressive driving, really driving to the limit of what the car can do. That's what's going to get you the big points and the big bucks here this weekend, Danny.
That's right, and of course with an Acostal front end and a handbrake that goes both ways, there's nothing that car can't accomplish, is there, Stewie?
It does have a Acostal, so you got your money back. A big entry there from Miller, scraping the wall. Really putting that P-knuckle to work there in the front of that S14, right, Danny? Getting chased down by Hero in the 180SX guest car. Miller again only using third gear. It's got an Oki strapped to the dash to hold it in, and using all of that third gear the whole time. And he's doing a great job there, right up on the wall. Hero right in the pocket the whole way around that sweeper.
And I'd just like to make the quick point, Ben, that looking at these cars, you may be fooled into thinking that these guys are some kind of teammates. They aren't, I assure you. It's just a clash in colour.
It's actually teammates with Ollie's car.
Also not teammates with either of these guys. But apparently white, black and red's a very popular colour combination in drifting there.
It's the in thing.
It's the fad colour.
All right, so we got now Ferrin and Shinji coming down the straight. So Ferrin in the lead, Shinji Manoa in the chase. Big entry from both drivers there. Ferrin tagging the wall once again. There's not much R34 left in the rear of that car. While out wide, does the Nico drop, gets that front tyre going. We had, is that one of the spots where we had the fresh concrete put this weekend, but good to see that. Hopefully someone got a shot of that. The big Nico drop there from Ferrin in the lead. Shinji Manoa though, unfazed all over the back of Ferrin, pushing him through the sweeper across the line. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this is qualifying. We're not even in the battles yet. These are just guys going, this is where we want to get ourselves situated in the competition. We're still in qualifying. Yeah. And we've got runs like that, Danny.
Absolutely, and that driving from Shinji and Jason Ferrin got the judges' tower absolutely buzzing up here, Ben. They liked what they saw.
They liked it a lot.
They liked it a lot.
I liked it a lot.
And there's Adam May in the bucket. He's moved. He's sick of getting squirted by the hose.
Adam May with winning our wet t-shirt contest right now.
And it's not even close.
No contest at all. So of course, yeah, we do have a sprinkler going down next to the Welcome Centre. So if you feel it a bit hot, go for a run through the sprinkler.
So is that not for tyres, Ben? Is that for spectators?
No, so you got the tyres here, but there's actually where we used to have the RC track set up between the Welcome Centre and the pit building. There's actually a sprinkler set up that you can gallivant. Probably don't run, just have a leisurely stroll through it.
Yeah, don't slip over, but yeah, go for a bit of a cruise, cool yourself down, because it is extremely hot.
Here we go, we got Donegan and Hemmings now into turn 1. Great job there from the lead driver. Donegan filling that outside zone. Hemmings looking a little bit worse for where the front end of that car is seeing some action. Bit of an awkward transition. Drops a tyre on the inside for Tom Hemmings. But can't blame Donegan on that one. Donegan doing a great job. Big transition from both drivers. Super snappy. Oh, Hemmings keeps it off the wall. It's the only thing he hasn't hit so far today. So great job from Hemmings to keep it off the wall there.
The day's still young, Ben.
Now, great job there from Hemmings to keep comfortable. Unfortunately, though, that's going to be a pretty average score for his chase run there. Of course, we do have the 4 runs that the judges will be scoring, and then we're going to use that to determine our top 32. And then we got a little bit different today. It's the bottom 16 will be facing each other to then get a chance to face the last second 8, and then they'll win that, and then they'll get a chance to face our top qualifiers. So a little bit of a different system here we're using at Drift Collective this weekend. As we've got now in the lead, that's Cody Moxon. He's getting chased down by Tom Monkhouse. So I was really disappointed to see that Tom's brought this car out and not brought the Steel 80 back out of retirement. So hopefully we will see that at some point in the near future, because that was an absolutely brilliant machine. But a couple of brilliant machines out on track right now. Of course, Cody Moxon, about the 37th rear end on the that KE70 there, fresh paint. And I'm sure he'll end up looking like a triangle by the end of the weekend once again, as Monkhouse trying to go, oh, I'll help you do that, mate, and push him around the course.
Yeah, typical Monkhouse fashion. He'll come out here in any one of about 10 cars, and you give him a little morning driving that car, and it's like he's been driving the thing for years.
That's right. That doesn't surprise me. So yeah, it'd be great to have friends like Monkhouse as friends. Go, take your pick, mate. We've got about 16 cars for you to choose from. But yeah, it's good to see Tommy back out once again for the Drift Collective. Of course, we are going to see probably about 3/4 of this field out tomorrow as well throughout our L1 and L2 competition for our state series. As Hemmings now in the lead, Donegan chasing him down in that Everclear pulls S13. Big dive from Donegan, gets right onto the rear quarter of Tom Hemmings in that AH Transport S14. Hemmings now just building a little bit of a gap as Donegan falls away. A little bit of an early transition there from Donegan, but he manages to make it work. Needs to try and range up to the side of Tom Hemmings as they come around the sweeper, transitioning into the bowl. A lot smoother this time from both drivers. And Hemmings right up on the wall. Great job there as Donegan trying to pile the angle onto the end of the run, as Hemmings decides to take the alternate route after the end of that lap.
Yeah, Hemmings definitely looking a little more comfortable in the lead than the chase there, Ben.
Yeah, he had a pretty solid chase in the. I don't know, he didn't hit someone. I forgot about that.
looking a lot more like he's going to hit the wall with the back end of his car and not the front.
Yeah, that's always good. So yeah, so solid run there from both drivers there. Donegan's looking really comfortable as well. Again, after a long hiatus, he came back last year, got out of nowhere and won that round at Malalar, and he's just been going from strength to strength since then. Of course, being part of the SA team that won the team drift competition at Drift Fest earlier in the year. Here we go, Tom Monkhouse now, Cody Moxon into turn 1. Monkhouse up on the wall in the 180SX. Big dive there from Cody Moxon. That little machine doing everything he can, of course on a smaller tyre as well, so they've got a lot more work cut out for him this weekend, as you can just watch that transition. Tommy Monkhouse, smooth as silk, filling that outside line. You can see Moxon there just trying to close the gap, trims the line up onto the bowl, door to door. Monkhouse blazing the tyres, so is Moxon as they come across the line. Big angle, both drivers. Number one, says Adam May.
Maybe you should be up here judging. You just stand there and look good in that wet shirt, mate.
Yeah, number 1, that's Adam May in the wet t-shirt contest, that's for sure.
Fantastic driving by Monkhouse, right up against the wall coming into our high-speed turn one, and then once again right up against the wall, blazing the rear tyres through the bowl bend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very entertaining to watch and very favourable for our judges.
Absolutely cooking those tyres through the rest of the lap, so great job there from Monkhouse and Cody Moxon as well. Let's not forget, Cody was right there the entire time in the little K70 that could. All right, so we're just waiting for some more cars to be sent out to the track. So probably a good time right now just to give a quick shout out to our sponsors here this week. And of course, Shockworks. It is our Shockworks Drift Collective, round one here at the Bend Motorsport Park. And again, a big thank you, as always, to Scott's Tyres, Acostal Steering Systems, Shockworks, Sleeker Spares, Limex Building. Unfortunately for Woody, he was planning to be out here this weekend, had some dramas, hit a roo, had some other things go wrong, so he had to pull out. It's good to see he kept the sponsorship in though, so thank you again to Woody. JTR Race Trailers, MG Elect, again, good to see Nathan Greenhill back out once again. Custom Imports, DC Motorworks, Outside Thinking, Evolution Capsules, I mean car sales, and Edwardstown Powder Coating. So again, actually, I don't think we've seen Scotty Roberts out here today. So is he driving today or just tomorrow? He's on the list for today, so haven't seen Scotty Roberts. So maybe, again, Scotty just having some dramas. Hopefully he gets that sorted and he's back out here tomorrow. But we got some cars out on track. Oh, we got the bromance going right now. Of course, we've got Marcus McCaffey and Cam Martin, battle of the YouTubers. It is a big bromance between those two. They're going to absolutely throw down, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going to watch one qualifying battle today, it's probably going to be this one, because they're either going to be in each other's doors or they're both going to be flying off the track.
That's right.
And they'll both be having a ball the entire time.
A couple of very talented Victorians who are very familiar with each other's driving. Very familiar with each other.
Very familiar with each other's doors.
They've been banging doors a lot, you could say.
They have. So, a couple of low-down machines as well. Cam Martin and Marcus both with the slam machines. We're going to have Cam Martin in the lead in the R33 4-door, being chased down by Marcus McCarthy. Down the front straight they go. Big initiation again. Active aero from Cam Martin. Through turn one. Big dive from McCarthy getting up onto the door of that Evolution Auto R33 of Cam Martin. Marcus McCarthy again all over the back of the Elite Auto Garage R33 in the S13 there. A little bit of a flash of the brake light from Marcus, just massaging that left foot brake. And look at that, Cam Martin up on the wall. Marcus McCarthy in the door as they come across the line. Big finish there from both drivers, Danny.
I'll tell you what, Ben, we talked it up and they didn't make us look the fool, did they? They delivered.
I only made myself look the fool. I can do that well and truly on my own without any trouble at all.
No assistance required.
No, not at all. So this is going to be kind of cool, Danny. We've got a couple of big horsepower machines coming off the line. Of course, that is going to be Brendan Bogger O'Grady in the lead with the Turbo LS being chased down by that LSA powered machine of Luke Viersma all the way from WA coming downhill. Tyres spinning on the run-up with 265. Look at the absolute blaze from Bogger. Gets off the throttle there, checks up in front of Viersma, and then just turns on the smoke machine. James Bond style there, Danny. Nothing bushfire as Bogger just starts to try and walk away from Viersma. Viersma is not a unseasoned driver though, despite his age, and he knows exactly how to follow as Bogger's in the wall and shut it down. Bogger's doing some interesting. He's got no power steering. That definitely doesn't help this. But he's such a big, strong man.
Lucky he's a built unit.
Yeah.
Does he need it? Probably not.
Good thing his business is building engines and not power steering setups.
But I tell you what, Bogger, that big horsepower LS in that in the 180. Sorry, you see him come around second part of turn one, Ben, coasting. Then he buries the throttle. Those 235. It's still 235s.
No, Bog would be on
He'd be on 265.
Bog would be on 2.6s. It was
blazing those
Cam.
265s at a moment's notice. It's on tap. It's off. It's on. It's crazy.
Yeah, but it's also something that the judges are going to look down on. When you can produce smoke like that, you can really tell when the driver is off throttle. And of course, with the power steering issue, sounds like there's a lot of work behind the wheel though. But Marcus McCarthy now scraping the wall on the initiation. Cam Munn all over the back of him. This is just literally take the car, paste it the other way, and it's the same as that first run. And that's why we love watching these two drive, because they will throw it all down. The biggest bragging rights between two drivers would be between these two today. They both have a score to settle and a point to prove and a YouTube channel to post it on. And they are throwing down. It's Cam Munn all over the back of McCarthy as they come around that wall run. What a run, Danny. Again, this is qualifying.
That's right. It's qualifying battles. This is not elimination yet. So these guys are throwing down the quality of laps that you'd see in a final, Ben. Fantastic work by both of these guys.
So we're just sending these drivers back in. We should have another battle coming. Although unless Bogger's pulled the car to the side, I can't quite see what's going on.
There is the wonderful Lucy at our start-finish line.
Hello, Lucy.
Cop in the sun.
Oh, there we go. We can see them now. They've popped into frame. So Bogger is going to keep going. So just remember, Bogger, 1,000 horsepower, 265 tyres, no power steering. So, and not no power steering, broken power steering, which is much worse than just not having power steering. As Viersma now in the lead, snaps it right onto the wall, scraping that NASCAR top rear bumper as Bogger trying to dive up to the side of Viersma. Through turn one, big angle from Luke Viersma in the lead, and absolutely chalking those tyres once again, really putting that car to the limit as he feeds it through this left-hand sleeper. Absolutely touching once again. A bit of an awkward transition from Bogger once again. No power steering in the green machine there on the hop. But again, what a lead run. What a staunchy lead run there from Viersma, really throwing it down. And Bogger doing a great job manhandling that car in the chase.
Yeah, Viersma driving like he's a little bit disappointed in his couple of errors on his chase run there. So really trying to maximise his points with a fantastic lead run, Ben. And what a fantastic lead run it was.
Yeah, it was spicy, as done. It was good to see. Good to see a car being driven so aggressively as well with that much power. You normally see some of these guys with the big power kind of get a little bit lazy and they know they can just bushfire
sort of rely on the power.
But to watch, Viersma very aggressive with his transitions, really throwing that car as hard as he possibly can is perfect. It's great. That's why I love watching him drive.
Absolutely, yeah. He leaves nothing on the table. Very aggressive, fantastic style from the young man.
Yeah, great job there. As Lucy's getting some love on the Facebook chat too, so everybody loves Lucy.
That's true. I've never heard anyone speak a bad word about Lucy.
No.
Good to see a lot of people tuning in here to our live stream for Drift Collective, brought to you, of course, by Shockworks. And this is, of course, the first round of a National Series, Ben.
Yeah, we're really throwing down here, and it's a very Australian series right now because it is 40 degrees. Windy as there's probably a dust storm on the way because looking across the track over the Bend Motorsport Park proper. Again, we do have the park in view on the opposite side of the track. Great way to jump in your car, watch with some aircon. We've got a Colorado over there with the gazebo set up behind it. It's a really good wind sail. You can really see how windy it is looking at that gazebo. So great setup there, and of course we will be back once again tomorrow, and with the weather being a little bit cooler, but a lot more wetter. But we've got Danny Pesic now. He's in the lead, and it looks like Mudgy in the chase. So Pesic versus Mudgy, SR versus RB20. They come through turn one. Danny looking a lot more comfortable in this run compared to the first one, as we get a bit of a wee from the judges from the Nico drop from Danny. We transition now into this left-hander. Nice and wide, bit of a bobble there from Danny Pesic in the lead. Mudgy unfazed all over the back of him. Bit of a lazy transition there. Almost a re-initiation from Mudgy in the chase, but he finishes it off strong. Big angle across the line from Mudgy. It's Pesic just winding the lock off as he finishes off the lap.
Yeah, a couple of, once again, very aggressive drivers here, of course. The Vic versus New South Wales battle. And both of these guys are going to look to absolutely throw it down when we flip the script. And good lead overall by Mudge. Bit of a straight in there, like you said, coming into the bowl. But did a good job there to suck back up on the door and finish that run off strong.
That's it. Just got a quick message from Cam Haygreen on the chat saying we got no speakers on turn 1. Could Danger P come over here? We got Blake there in the lead, in the vert, being chased down by Greenhill. So good run so far. Both drivers nice and smooth. Watch the transition now. A little bit awkward there from Blake. A little bit stunted on that transition, but Nathan Greenhill doing a great job to time that to perfection to get right up into the back quarter of that car. A little bit again of the awkward transition, but both drivers getting it done up on the ball. On the ball? On the wall.
That's halfway between wall and bowl.
That's it. I like to combine my words. But great job there from Blake and Nathan Greenhill getting it done. Of course, the Murray River Motorsports team there. And the other driver, of course, is Sam Mudge, who's coming down the straight now. So it's Mudgy versus Pesek. We'll flip them around. Big snappy initiation from Mudgy there. Really gets up on the wall. Pesek again, big angle in that chase position. Has to drive back onto the side of the S13 of Sam Mudge with that transition. Again, snappy transition from both drivers. Exactly what we want to see. Watch these cars being driven super aggressive. Oh, it's a big misgear there from Mudgy. Just heard the thing sitting on limiter and going absolutely nowhere. Pesek doing a good job to avoid contact there, but getting a little bit awkward when your foot flat coming through a sweeper where you're picking up speed and all of a sudden the guy in front of you is going absolutely nowhere, Danny.
And I mean, it's not just like your normal RB20 on limiter and going nowhere. That's a misgear RB20 on limiter going nowhere. And I don't know if it was the wind or if it was the wind produced by Danny Pesek's aggressive entry into turn 1, but a couple of hats blew off there, Ben. So you'd like to think it's Danny against the wall, blowing some hats off. All right, Nathan Greenhill here in the lead.
That's it, Blake in the chase there, in the vert, doing a great job. Greenhill, again, nice and wide. It's like he's never left, Danny. Doing a great job coming through into the transition. Blake trying to mimic that transition, just falling away a little bit in the chase position in that S13 convertible. Not a ute, it's a convertible. As we come around the sleeper now, Greenhill nice and high. Blake just trying to get up onto the door and finish that run off with an exclamation point. Not quite getting there as he goes around, can't pull the car up. Cookies!
Renee, haven't gone through my one cookie, I don't need 7 more.
Oh, it's all happening in here right now. There's absolute chaos on race control. Renee is just throwing cookies at everyone.
I'd like to reiterate the point that we're indoors, but we are not cool right now.
Well, it's less hot in here, but it's way more humid.
At least they have wind outside. Like the air's moving.
They got winders. Right, so we got Beasley now coming around to form up. He's going to be up against Daniel Brown. So
a couple of nice stylish S chassis coming around to the line here, Ben.
A couple of Victorian S chassis.
Well, the Vicks have all got pretty good looking cars, man. I'm going to hand it to them.
Yeah.
It's a stylish state for drift.
That's because SA's the missile state.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Stewie. See what you've done.
That's it. So it's going to be Beasley now in the lead. And he's going to be chased down by Danny Brown. Coming down the front straight now. Couple of super stylish S13s coming down into turn 1. Big angle from both drivers there. So just see him pop out from behind the gantry. Have a terrible view here from the commentary seat. But they've made it through turn 1, transitioning now into turn 2. A little bit of a tight line there from Beasley. And then, of course, in the chase, Brown following the traditional line. But he needs to be following Beasley wherever he goes because he got absolutely warped through turn 2, into turn 3 now. Big angle up on the bowl from Beasley. Super stylish run. Again, just cutting a couple of corners where he probably shouldn't have, and unfortunately for Dan, just not following where he was going, which is what he needs to be doing in that chase position, Danny.
Yeah, that's it. Emulating the lead driver, Ben, is what drifting's all about. For those of you that are kind of new to the sport, you want to pretty much do exactly what that car in front's doing, get nice and close, and that's how you impress these judges.
These judges, they're not easy to impress.
No, they've been around the block, these judges.
Call them Shania Twain, because that doesn't impress them much.
Yeah,
so you did a backy. That don't impress me much.
You've got the angle, but you haven't got the proximity.
Don't get me wrong, I think your line's all right.
But that won't score high at the end of the night.
Oh, God, it's only Saturday, Arvo. All right, Kurt Penrose Star and Goonie. Big angle right up on the wall for Kurt Penrose Star. Goonie in the big AU Falcon doing what he can to keep up with the little nimble S14 of Kurt Penrose Star. Transitioning now into turn 2. Goonie right up onto the door of that Sleeker Spares S14. Couple of big wadahs there from Kurt Penrose in the lead as Goonie, again, it's so weird watching an AU Falcon bully an S14 around the course. Judges loving that one.
That's Big Walter. He's actually trying to eat that car. He's coming up behind it going, ow.
Munch, munch, S14 for lunch.
That's a snack for that thing, Ben. Goonie absolutely throwing it down for the Falcon fans that are tuning in for us right now. Crazy driving. Look at him. Just not giving that S14 of Kurt Penrose Star an inch coming into the bowl, and then giving it even less room through the bowl. Right at the end, just absolutely diving up. Kurt dropping a bit of a tyre. Fantastic driving by these guys.
Yeah, great job. It's great to see Goonie out here really putting a lot of work into Walter and starting to pay dividends. It's going to be interesting to see how he does tomorrow, of course, as well, in our Scott's Tyres, a level 1 competition tomorrow. So we're just pumping through these quali battles here today, ladies and gentlemen, at round 1, the first ever round of the Drift Collective. All right, so we've got Danny Brown now lined up next to Nathan Beasley. So we're just waiting to see them get sent off. Will be Beasley in the lead. No, sorry, it'll be Brown in the lead, Beasley in the chase. We did see a really steezy lead from Nathan Beasley in that first run. Let's see what Brown can do in that chase position this time. Again, qualifying here. Big initiation, scraping the wall is Daniel Brown coming through turn 1. Nice and wide, too wide there for Brown. Drops it off the outside of the circuit. You can see Beasley now reinitiate. He's going to finish off that run, still getting scored by the judges. Of course, these scores all go into a big pool. They get their 4 laps. Those 4 scores will then determine our top 32 qualifiers. And then we will be getting into some straight into knockout battle action. It's not like the state series where we keep doing these point-style battles all the way into the top 8. We will be doing straight-out battles from the top 32, but of course, it's devised by Stewie, so it can't be straightforward. There is a twist. Thanks, Maz. Appreciate it. So we're just still getting these cars sorted out. We're going to have the second half now. Goonie versus Kurt Penrose Star. It's good to see Kurtie back out once again. One of these cars has been dragged straight out of a paddock, and it's not the AU wagon, as Willard Goon scraping the actual tailgate of the wagon on that initiation. And Kurt Penrose Star had no idea what to do when faced with 16 metric kilometres of the side of a Falcon on the initiation there. Goonie is absolutely fed Kurt Penrose star into the gravel on the outside of turn 1, and Goonie is absolutely here to throw down up on the wall in the AU Falcon, getting it done. I need to see that replay on the live stream, because that initiation was absolutely insane from Will Argoon. I actually see the front of Kurt Penrose Star's car is quite munted. It's the front Rio is gone. It's all over the shop. So it looks like actually there was contact on turn 1. You wouldn't tell from Will Argoon though, because that AU Falcon is just made of brick. So Curdy just getting a little bit too ambitious there. Hits the side of Will Argoon on the entry. Argoon unfazed, of course. And unfortunately there for Kurt Penrose Star, takes a trip through the gravel. And that's probably going to be a not very good score for him here in our qualifying for Shockworks Drift Collective here at the Ben Motorsport Park. Round 1, the first ever round, Danny.
That's right, the inaugural round, if you will, Ben.
The inaugural round.
Of what will be a fantastic nationwide series brought to you by the collided joint minds of Drifting SA, Keep It Reet and Drift League. Of course, 3 powerhouse names in Australian drifting right now, Ben, bringing you some of the best events in South Australia, Victoria and Tasmania.
Yeah, run by a couple of people, you know, doing some big international events, and then Stewie.
Yeah, and then there's Stewie. But hey, you ask Stewie, he's been there, he's done it.
Stewie, do you know who Stewie is on the internet?
Stewie's got nothing left to prove. He's hit the lofty heights.
Stewie is Crompo.
Stewie Bryant, a.k.a. Neil Crompton.
Could you imagine Crompo standing at a whiteboard going, now look at this, look at this. You actually want to look at this.
The thing is, Crompo gets gets it done quickly. Stewie'd be there for 20 minutes. They'd have to cut him off.
They still cut Crompo off. Like, all right, that's enough.
All right, Neil.
Step away from the whiteboard. The worst thing they did was giving him a bloody electronic board. All right, so we're just obviously with some breakages and stuff between the start of today and now, we're just having to rejig a couple of the sheets, because all these qualifying battles are pre-spawned, I guess, pre-written down. The computer does the things. Preempted. But sometimes you don't preempt people breaking their cars in the start of the day right before battles.
That's it. So we've got a bit of working out to do. Of course, it wouldn't be a drift event without a little downtime, Ben.
Nah.
But you know what downtime's good for? Thanking our fantastic sponsors for the day that have helped make this event possible.
That's right, Daddy. I'll give you the honours.
Of course, we've got NG Elect coming back on board. Big thanks to Nathan and the team there. Outside Thinking, Rural IT Solutions, long-time sponsor Scott's Tyres, getting back in the fold. Of course, our main sponsor for today, Chris from Shockworks, getting back on board. Sleeker Spares, another long-time supporter of drifting. The Wongs there doing great things for South Australia and drifting in Australia as a whole. Acostal Steering Systems, it wouldn't be an event without having to mention him a few times.
Did you say Acostal, Daddy?
I did say Acostal, Ben. Got Blackwood Hire getting on board, Custom Imports, DC Motorworks, couple of our big southern names, of course, long-time supporters themselves, Edwardstown Powder Coating, and who could forget Evolution Car Sales. I'm not going to say it, Ben.
That's right, that's right. And of course, again, a massive shout out to all the volunteers out here today. Yeah, it is a stinker, and they're out here volunteering their time on a weekend to put on an event for, you know, not only for the drivers to participate in, but for everybody here to come and have a watch, enjoy some absolutely amazing drift action. So a massive shout out to our volleys, to our fireys, to the media guys and girls, all those pink vests going around. You see some photos you like, hit them up, be like, hey, can I buy that full res so I can put it on my wall instead of having a blown up pixelated Facebook download on your canvas, your wall? If you're going to spend $50 on a canvas, spend $50 on the photo as well.
That's it.
It's worth it.
Absolutely.
All right, so we've got a couple cars lined up, ready to go. It looks like it's Matty Mason and Adrian Bono. So Bono over from Victoria, Matty Mason, of course, from WA. We'll see these guys now heading off. So going to be Bono in the lead in that red, white, and black 8.6, and then being chased down by Matt Mason in that Zoo Performance E46 BMW. Down the straight they go. Big jump there from Adrian Bono, big angle, as Matty Mason just trimming a little bit of line to get up onto the door of that 8.6. Bono blazing the tyres through turn 1, transitioning into 2, nice mid to wide line, gets right out on that rebel strap, exactly what we want to see. As Matty Mason now trying to lunge up to the side of the 8.6 of Adrian Bono, up onto the wall. Lead car nice and high. Matt Mason, again, one of our level 2 drivers, stepping it up to the Drift Collective here this weekend and absolutely showing that he deserves to be here, Danny.
Yeah, no, it's been nothing but impressed with Adrian Bono's driving so far, Ben. Even his last qualifying battles, he's doing a really good job of pushing that 86 right up to the outside zones, right up to the walls. And he's very consistent in his chases, so definitely a car to watch out for this weekend. Yeah,
and again, doesn't have that forgiving rear end of, say, like, you know, you look at the back of Jason Ferrin's R34 that's been absolutely smushed. You look at every time Cody Moxon drives his car and it ends up looking like a pancake at the back. His back tyres are very close to that rear bumper. He doesn't have that room, that cushion to get right up on that wall without risking the rear suspension of that car. So it's like playing on hard mode. No, Matt. No markers.
Yeah, no hard.
No hard.
One hit kill.
All right, so here we go. Next run, it is going to be Matt Mason now in the lead. So we've just flipped these guys straight around. So we must be getting towards the skinny end of our qualifying. Here's Matt Mason, nice snappy initiation as Bono just fires up that 8.6 in the chase there. Just falls away a little bit. You just watch him just wind the steering lock off, drive the car forwards, get back up onto the door of Matt Mason. Matt doing a great job, nice and wide through that left-hander, one of the widest cars you've seen. You can see him massage the left foot brake there, those brake lights flickering. Oh, again, a bit of an awkward transition there from Bono. Looks like maybe Matt Mason's a little bit slower than he was expecting, and he's just really struggling to keep that hooked up monster of an 8.6 behind it, Danny.
Yeah, we see it time and time again with 86s becoming more of a popular drift chassis, Ben. They're just a super gripped up chassis, and a lot of the time it can take a lot of skill to follow a bit of a slower lead car.
Yeah, it's easier to drive a slow car fast than a fast car slow.
Exactly. Absolutely, Ben. We say it time and time again. Never gets any less true, does it?
No, if anything, it gets more true. Especially with these 265 tyres, Danny.
That 265 tyre roll.
These 265 tyres are on a much bigger tyre now.
Of course.
Much more grip to have to deal with.
One of the biggest things of the day, we haven't exactly covered it in depth, but yeah, the 265s, we're allowing a lot of these guys to step it up to a bigger tyre today.
Yeah.
And really unleash the potential of the cars that they've been driving on a 235 this whole time. That's why you're seeing a lot of even quicker entries, a lot of mid-corner speed has been improved, especially with these bigger power cars that can't quite take full advantage of that power on a smaller tyre bed.
Yeah, that's right, Danny. So, got a couple cars. All right, so that's right. There we go. My reading comprehension isn't that good. All right, so we've got a couple cars lined up, but the judges are just trying to smash in those last few scores from the last couple battles. Again, our computer system is just it's devised by Stewie, so enough said when it comes to that. And we're just going to get those scores down and tabulate and make sure everyone gets those right scores as we push forward towards our actual knockout battles coming up very shortly. We're going to keep smashing out this quali, and then after our quali, I believe we're going to have an expression session. I'm trying to find the schedule. We do have a little booklet here. So once we finish off our battle quali, which we're aiming to be done by 2:30.
And we're looking
which is in 2 minutes. So
pretty touch and go for that.
We're pretty touch and go when it comes to that. But of course, after we finish our battle qualies, we will be having a lunch break. So perfect time to go down, grab yourself a Philly cheesesteak. They look quite good. I definitely want to try and get my hands on one of those at some point over the weekend. We do have a couple of food trucks here today. So definitely a prime opportunity. Our lunch break's coming up shortly once we finish off these quali battles. And then once we're back from that, we're going to have a first of our knockout battles, and then we're going to intersperse some expression sessions between those battles. But right now, we've got Aiden Scott coming up. He's getting chased down by that S15 of
Mitch
Korea. Thanks, Dan, all the way from Queensland. So it's good to see one of our Queenslanders making it down, managed to escape those floodwaters. But Aiden Scott there in the Scott's tyres, S13 of Kane Scott, doing a good job there. Oh, I shouldn't have said good job. He's absolutely shut it down. Mitch, unfortunately, has to shut it down behind him. We're going to see them both try and reinitiate as Aiden just goes, I'm done, pull off stage left.
That's
and
right.
Mitch here just trying to finish off this run as well. So it's unfortunate there for Mitch that in that chase position, he kind of got hampered a lot by Aiden Scott. And the judges are going to have to work pretty hard to determine how well he did considering what he had to work with, Danny.
Yeah, that's it. When you see one of these guys, they're all fully aware that if there's an issue mid-run, you need to finish the run to maximise your score. So
that's right.
If you see these guys shutting it down mid-run, it's usually a good chance there's some sort of mechanical issue at play.
That's right. So we got Hunter Carey now on his way down. He's going to be chased down by Sam Lawson. Sam is definitely getting walked on that run-up. Needs to really try and jump that lead car, because he definitely looks like he's one of the most underpowered cars out here today, but he's doing a good job to keep it on track and keep it rocking and rolling as Hunter Carey, again, 15 years old, all the way over from Victoria for this weekend. And he played, I think he podiumed that big drift round, the one he did the other week. So good to see him over here for the Drift Collective, and it's good to see some Falcon representation, of course, from Tassie as well. With Samuel there in the EL Falcon, in the Mont.
It's pretty hard to have a drift competition in 2025 without Falcon representation of some kind, Ben. Becomes such a prominent feature in drifting in Australia now. Price, etc. ease of getting them.
Mostly price.
Mostly price.
Mostly price. They are basically the modern day equivalent of an R31 Skyline or a K70.
Some people even go through the effort of putting Falcon engines in Jap cars.
I don't know why you do that.
I don't know why you do that.
No idea why you do that.
Not looking at anyone in particular up here. But nah, look, it's one of those things, Ben. You know, you drift what you can drift.
Mm-hmm.
You can only dance with the shoes you got. So if whatever's available, whatever's semi-cheap, that's what drifting's been kind of about. Back in the day, the cheap cars were the Japanese cars, and now not so much.
That's right. And that's the good thing about drifting is you don't have to spend $100,000 plus to build a car to be competitive. Like, you can see dudes out here with definitely see them balling on a budget. Yeah, you know, when they roll up with a car with mismatched panels and VSKS, they know exactly where their priorities lie.
Yep.
And it's great to see.
$5,000 wheels on a $3,000 car.
Yeah. I'm all about that lifestyle.
That's it. You got these guys sitting on the line now. Sitting there soaking up this heat on this lovely 40-degree day. I'd hate to know the exact temperature on the track right now, Ben, because as you and I well know that you take the atmospheric temperature, and on a racetrack you add at least 5 degrees to that.
The thermometer says yes.
Yeah, the thermometer's maxed.
The thermometer is a boost gauge from Tima, which just says yes.
The red liquid in the thermometer is just trying to burst out the top like a fountain.
All right, so we do have Hunter Carey over there lined up, ready to go. Oh, someone just had the temperature on the live stream and I missed it. Hold on.
41.3 degrees apparently. Feels like 36. I heavily disagree.
Yeah, I doubt that. All right, here we go. We've got Samuel Lawson now. He's going to be in the lead in the Falcon. getting chased down by Hunter Carey in that LS-powered 8.6. Well, I'm assuming it's LS. It's definitely got a V8 under the bonnet. But Sam Lawson there definitely making the most of what he's got in the Falcon, throwing it down, showing you don't need 1,000,000 horsepower to get around the track. And he does a really solid job in the lead there, really smooth, nice and aggressive on those transitions. Up on the wall, gives it a bonk for good measure. Definitely wants to give it a bonk and not hit it with the front and really finish off that paint scheme with a ka-chow.
There we go. So, as said before, Hunter Carey has a bit of support from Keith Reed.
That's right.
One of our colluding minds for today's event. So he's going to be looking to drive hard, drive well, do them proud.
Well, they'd be collecting mines, wouldn't they? Not colluding. Otherwise, it would be called the drift collusion.
No, the cars collect. The heads collude. Are you with me?
Welcome to round one of the drift collusion, brought to us by Drifting SA.
Stay with me now, Ben.
Keep it right in drift league.
There's levels to this. Geez, did the off-season go quick
Hey, there we go. So we've got the speakers working on turn one once again. Great job, Danger Pete. Everybody give a round of applause for Danger Pete.
That's what we love about Pete. You point him in the direction of the problem and you let him go, and he just goes to work.
That's right.
No questions, no arguments.
Oh, I'll get it done, boys. Don't worry.
All right, down I go.
We've got a bit of SR action on the live stream there. So we got Jack Atkins there and Shay Ponsonby. So Atkins from Victoria in that slammed S13 being chased down by Shay Ponsonby in that not quite as slammed R32 but still reasonably low. Big entry there from Jack. Oh, a big straighten from Shay in the chase. Shay had some very solid runs in his first quali battle. Oh, that's a big tyre drop. Atkins goes for the Nico drop and absolutely drops the bomb on that one instead, but he gets it going. Keeps the car sideways. Oh, his hand's out the window. He's broken it. He's broken it. And unfortunately there for Shay. Shay needs to keep drifting instead of just cruising around behind Jack, because Shay is still being scored right now.
I guess you kind of face with that problem, Ben, of can you just drift behind a car that's kind of moseying in front of you?
A lot of handbrake.
But you got to try something. A lot of.
Basically, just turn your mindset into Luke Fink, who does it every time he's behind someone that's straightened. No, you go now. You go now. So big incident there for Jack, unfortunately. And hasn't been a super strong run for him so far, so hopefully he can squeeze himself into that top 32.
So I see we got Nathan Makovic watching the stream. Is that a throw in the towel?
Well, I don't know. Has anybody got a BMW tail shaft that he needs?
I don't even know what engine's in it.
I don't know what. I'm assuming it's still the Beamer motor, but I don't know what box is in it. So he needs a tail shaft. He's been shafted. But someone who hasn't been shafted so far is Mitch Correa. He's still out there, still running around.
Oh, swapped already.
Ah, never mind. Don't worry about it.
He certainly is on the stream. He hears every word.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Mitch Correa is going to get a bit of a solo run here. And he has been struggling behind some other cars with some issues. So let's see what Mitch can do now. He's got the track to himself. He wants to throw down a big lap right now and really impress those judges, because all of those eyes are directly on him. He's doing a great job so far too. Super smooth, lots of angle through that first turn. Nice solid transition again from Mitch, getting right out to the outside of the track through this left-hand sweeper. Just trims that angle a little bit as he transitions now into this wall run. Great run so far from Mitch, trying to get the car nice and high on the wall. He does so. Great job there from Mitch, Dunny.
There you go. Nice smooth run by Mitch. All we had to do was take the other car away from him.
Yeah.
Fantastic work there. Mitch Correa showing us what he's made of.
Got a couple of spicy cars coming out now. It's going to be Luke Foley and Will Yardley coming out and around. I think it's going to be Luke in the lead in that R32 Skyline. So Foley in the lead, Yardley in the chase. Couple of real looking race cars here coming through turn one. Big angle from both drivers, almost more angle from the chase there of Will Yardley as he's trying to push Luke Foley through turn 1 into turn 2. A bit of a stunted transition there by the chase driver, a little bit early and mistimed, but he gets back on the door of Foley now as they come into the final sweep. A much better job that time from Will in the chase position, timing that excellently. A little bit low through the bowl there from both drivers, but they get around the corner. Get it done. Good run there, Dave.
Yeah, Will Yardley, fantastic. Like you said, spot on timing onto the bowl, and it's what we've been seeing a few of our upper level drivers doing is nailing that timing onto the bowl. Just carries you perfectly in for that nice close chase through the last section of the track.
When you watch both cars transition like at the same time, at the same rate, it just tickles your brain in the right way.
It's almost like a slingshot. You see that chase car perfectly transition into that. Suck right up against the door and transition into the bowl.
That's right, slingshotting himself into turn 1 now. It's going to be Shea Ponsonby though, up on the wall, big dive from Jack Atkins there in the chase position in that absolutely slammed S13. Nice job from Ponsonby so far. A little bit of a bobble as he comes into that tighter section of turn 1, transitioning now into 2, really wide, too wide almost as he drops the tyre there. Bit of a bobble once again from Shea in that lead position. Looks like he's right on the edge of where the car wants to be happy being sideways, but he gets it done, gets around, all the way around the wall run, and so does Jack. It's good to see Jack keeping the car nice and stable on the island, on the road, and gets a solid lead chase run done there.
Yeah, that's it. And you talked about Shea before. He's had to change his diff to a far taller ratio than what he's used to.
Well,
so
anything's far taller when you compare it to a 513.
Well, that's it. And I mean, at the end of the day, it could be, it may be like, okay, 411's still pretty close, but you could still be stuck in that no man's land between 3rd and 4th, where that 20's, it's happy
or
to
second and third.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, you could, in theory, 411s with a 25 box, you could do second through that and be right on the top. Like, especially with the RB20. Oh, look at that, Will Yardley and Foley now throwing it in turn 1. Big initiation there from Yardley in the S14, all the way over from New South Wales. Nice smooth run through the rest of turn 1. Exactly what it says. Foley just falls away a little bit on that transition between 1 and 2. Big angle there from Yardley in the lead. And Foley, again, big angle from Foley, but he's nowhere to be seen. Absolutely getting walked by Will Yardley through the rest of that run.
Yeah, that's it. Definitely not quite matching Will's intensity that he was bringing in the lead, unfortunately. But a good lead there by Will, so he'd be pretty happy with the score. He's amounting from these runs there.
That's right, he'd be happy about that. As we just see Jack Atkins go underneath us there, showing us what an SR sounds like.
Giving us a little bom bom bom. The most blippable engine, you could say.
That's it. So we've got a couple of machines now, a couple of S chassis. That S14. Initiation there from the lead car. The S13 in the lead there doing a good job, nice and wide, absolutely blazing those tyres. Starting to walk away from the chase driver there. Good transition again in the lead, right out to the edge of the track.
Good work by Trent there in the chase.
That's it. Trent was in the lead in the 180. Trent Palmer, yeah. And Jason Hayden there in the chase in the S14. So we've had a bit of a mental blank. We're learning a lot of names in cars here today.
That's right. Big field. Very big field. Jason was leading. Trent was leading.
Trent Palmer was leading. So just confirming with the judges, Trent Palmer was leading. Jason Hayden was chasing. So as we've got Snedden and Dewar, I've been corrected on that one as well. It's Dewar. So Snedden and Dewar. Snedden off the track, big time. Dewar trying to keep the car behind him there as Mark gets it back onto the island once again and shuts it down directly in front of the Dewar's Performance Engines S14. So
a course, Dewar going to finish that run.
Aaron's really going to finish that run off. That's all right. And unfortunately for Snedden, it looks like he's had a bit of an issue there. So hopefully it's nothing too major. But again, with the fine margins here and such a big field, it's going to be a lot of work to even just to get into the top 32 today. Did you see Yardley and Foley just coming into the pits there? Good looking rig, Luke Foley's R32. I'm a big fan of that one, Danny.
Yep. Big fan of the wing, Ben? Big wing guy?
Like the wing, big wing guy. Never personally had a big wing, but I like how they look.
The problem with I'd run a big wing, but then you got to have a big kit there.
Yeah.
It's just, you got to have the whole package.
I'm more of an OEM plus type operator.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because kits are expensive, aren't they, Ben?
Yeah. I like plastic. It does heaps better when you crash it.
Look, each to their own. That's the beauty of drifting. Everyone's got their own style. Every style works for the person that, you build your car for yourself, Ben. You don't build a car for everyone else.
That's right. You build a car for yourself and then you complain when it doesn't work in competitions. That's how it works.
That's right. That's right.
That's my tactic.
You got a style car, it gives you the perfect excuse if you don't perform.
That's right. All right, here we go.
Jason Hayden, chased by Trent Palmer.
That's right, Hayden doing a good job on the initiation there. Trent just cutting a little bit of line gap up onto the door of Jason Hayden. Nice and wide from both drivers through that second and third phase of turn one as they transition into two. A little bit of a tight line there from Jason in the lead, starting to walk away from Trent Palmer a little bit as they transition onto the bowl now. Big dive from Trent, trying to get back up onto the door of the S14 as they come around the bowl there. And a solid job at the end of the run there. But again, you just saw Trent fall away a little bit as Jason kind of cut that transition into turn two, which meant that Trent had to have a big cut into the transition into three to get back onto the door and regain that proximity, Danny.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing harder to chase than a shallow line or an early transition, Ben.
Chasing shallow lines, that's terrible, Danny. No good. You need a nice big wide one. Get right up in the pocket there, right on the door. Stick your nose right in. As Dewar now in the lead, getting chased down by Mark Snedden. Good to see Mark's got it going once again. Hopefully he can get through the whole run without the car shutting down like we saw in that first run. But someone's definitely not shutting anything down anytime soon. Of course, it's Aaron Dewar absolutely roasting those tyres on the back of that S14. And again, looks like Mark just struggling a little bit. Maybe the car's getting a bit hot in the heat. As Mr. Snapshot himself out on the track, now he's Nathan Makovic in the BMW. So he's brought a spare. He's ready to roll. And he's going to be up against that R31 wagon. It is a Pintara? Pintara. With the SR under the bonnet.
It is a Pinny. You're kidding.
Fletcher Pinny. Not Pinny, Pinner. Fletcher Pinner in the Pinny.
We're talking factory CA. We're talking 25 spline axles. Oh, baby.
We're talking VL Turbo LSD.
Someone's.
Oh, nice.
And now he's got no chance.
So now he's in second. So Snedden's got a power glide now, by the sounds of it.
He's got a glide. He's got first and second.
And fifth.
Just like a glide, Ben.
He's got a glide with one of those aftermarket electric overdrives.
The overdrive. That's right.
See Dewar now coming in with Snedden in the...
look at the rear end of Dewar's car, Ben. He's really done a good job of mushing that early, hasn't he?
All right, here we go. So we've got Fletcher Pinner in the Pinny wagon. He's getting chased down by Nathan Makovic in that stylish E36 BMW. Down the straight they go. Big snap initiation from Fletcher. Dives into the inside of the corner a little bit. Floats out a little bit wide. So does... Oh, he's even wider as he's off the track. Dropped the skirt.
No.
Makovic doing a great job just to pull the car up there. He's got a pretty car. He doesn't want to smash it again. As you can see, big side skirt, getting dragged by the Pinny wagon.
Looks like he's going to lose the brothel off the side of that.
But yeah, the door's wide open for the brothel apparently as it's flapping down the side. As Makovic just shutting it down to the end of the run there. A little bit of an awkward, messy one there between those two.
You got to look after the Pintara. There's none left.
Just think of those skirts,
There's
Danny.
only so many Pintaras left in paddocks. Look after it.
So apparently me and Nathan Makovic, we're going to catch up at the pub later.
Oh,
Yeah?
you're going to catch up.
We're going to catch up.
Is it because we kept forgetting his name, or?
No, it's more to do with the tail shaft.
No,
He's going to show me what he did to get that new one. All right, so we've got a couple cars lined up over there. It looks like Jamie Godfrey. Jamie.
We've been schooled on the pronunciation.
Yeah,
of
I
that.
got yelled at by his mum last weekend today, man.
If we had $1 for every mum we'd been yelled at for drifting, then
We'd have like $3.
We'd have at least $5.
I'd say like $3, which isn't a lot of money, but it's a lot of mums to be yelled at by.
It's not a lot of money, but it's weird that it's happened so many times.
And then I reckon, is that Timmy Rasmussen with his new livery as well, lined up over there?
Look.
Oh, it's on the live stream, actually. Yeah, it is Tim. So it's Tim and Jamie. Razzie Racing.
I think you're right, Clinton. I think Fletcher has absolutely munched his tyres. It looked a lot looser than the last time we saw him out on track.
Yeah, maybe he's gone with it. I can get two battles out of these tyres, and then didn't realise it's 49,000 on track right now. It's about 42 ambient, so it's probably around 60 to 65 degrees track temp.
You have to imagine it's hot on the track right now.
It's hot on the live stream too. I just saw Cam Martin's face. And I just saw Nathan Greenhill's Carreras.
Cam Martin, the guy that's always got a smile on his face, didn't look like he was smiling.
He's on the phone to Kalani. PR's after him. You got to be smiling, mate. So we've got a couple more quality battles to go, and then we're going to go to our lunch break, which we're all looking forward to, because we're all eating melted lollies in race control. I think we're just looking forward to a bit of fresh air.
So looking at Nathan Greenhill down on the wall, and that bottle of water did not stand a chance.
All right, just being informed as well, a shout out in the pits, if you have a black VT or VX with the number plates WMX920, you're parked in the competitor's car park, you need to move your car before it's moved for you. So, yeah, black VX, WMX920 or VT.
I don't know how we're going to move it, it's really heavy.
We have a trebuchet.
Really
we have a trebuchet. Have you seen what drags the cars off track? That will move your car if you don't move it. So,
the VT with the handbrake that doesn't work. Yeah, it's gonna drag her up.
Yeah. Yeah, so is it in the carport, is it? Oh, okay, so yeah, you parked in a competitor's car park, you need to be on the other side of the ditch in the dirt, or parked in any of our park and view locations, which is great to watch with your aircon cranking, so if you're in a VT, not so much. But, yeah, move your VT. All right, so we got through all of that. We still haven't gone to our next battle because our judges are still just trying to get themselves organised. Oh no, who are we waiting on now? Not the judges for once. Oh, we're going. All right, here we go. So Jamie Godfrey, he is going to be in the chase position. It's going to be Timmy Rasmussen, Razzie Racing. He's going to be in the lead. Great to see Tim out here throwing it down, stepping up the car as well, stepping up that livery. It used to be matte black, now it's gloss black, and it's got some vinyl slapped on it. Of course, Jamie Godfrey as well, with a fresh new livery on his car, and both drivers absolutely throwing it into turn one. Big dive there from Godfrey, trying to get up onto the side of Rasmussen. Tim doing a great job there, staying nice and wide, right out to the edge of the track. Nice smooth transition there from Tim in the lead. Godfrey, unfortunately, a little bit of an awkward transition there. Looked really stunted, but he managed to keep going. He goes for the big dive there as Rasmussen's up on the wall. Jamie again trying to get right up to the side of the SLE as they come around the bar. The big... we got some after-run contact. Bit of dramas going on there.
Tim was too busy banging his roof in excitement for the fantastic run that just happened, and he's cost him a rear bumper, Ben. The dangers of tapping the roof after a battle.
Always finish the run. Get the car under control. Oh, we've got a solo run now. We've got Aiden Scott right up on the wall, and not even in his car, in Kane's car. It's probably getting treated nicer than it does when Kane drives it anyway. But nice and wide, big smoky run there from Aiden Scott. Oh. Big angle using all of that lock, and then unfortunately just over-rotating enough. He couldn't get it going. clutch. Oh,
no. There's a lot of Wadan, not a lot of movement.
Oh, a little bit unfortunate there. I think maybe Kane's car's coming to the heel a little bit, and it's not his car. So
do you know what would have happened, right? Is that Kane would have built that car 5 years ago when it made 230 kilowatts, and he would have put an organic clutch in it.
Which is the right way.
And now he makes 100 kilowatts more, and it's 5 years later.
Yeah. So it's worn and under gripped. So good to see Mike Leach joined us on the chat. So instead of being he's at the F1, instead of watching F1, he's watching this. As he got Makovic now. Oh, it's Pinner. He just gets a little bit too keen on that entry. If he held on to that, that would have been amazing. Oh, and Makovic as well, having a bit of an error as well. He shut it down. I reckon he's gone and snapped another shaft. What do you reckon?
Oh, no, not the borrowed shaft.
There's only one thing worse than snapping a shaft and snapping the shaft that's not yours.
I reckon he's gone in too hard and he snapped another shaft.
But Pinner, though, Pinner hasn't snapped anything. He's all over it.
And that side skirt hanging on for dear life, Ben, across the line. Both of them hanging on for dear life.
He's got some solid Sikaflex action going on the front of that side skirt right now.
Not the rear, just the front. That's his fail-safe. Like, you love to see a 31 still getting around in competitive drifting, Ben, because it's not something you see often now. The 31's been all but replaced. It's gone the way of the Dodo in competitive drifting.
That's right, because they're too expensive to be used as cheap cars, and
but
they're not good enough to be good cars.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, so here we go. We're going to have the second half of this battle between Godefroy and Rasmussen coming down the straight. Jamie now up on the wall. Big time from Rasmussen trying to get right to the side. He knows that Jamie's going to be quick, but Jamie was very tight and then super wide as he goes absolutely airborne on the outside of turn one. So he's gone in super shallow and then washed out to the edge of the track there, and then Rasmussen's doing a great job just to keep the car on the track behind him as Godfrey there just turning up the pressure and really blazing those tyres, trying to really put a stamp on the end of the run and make everyone forget about that initiation. As the judges are definitely very animated today, Danny, aren't they?
Hey, we've assembled a team of judges, Ben, that just love their job. What can I say?
So, of course, being a three-state series, we have a judge from every state here. So, of course, we have... So just watching the replay of Godefroy having a bit of a moment. So we do have Jackson Snell being our South Australian judge. And then we've got Lee as well. Lee's back over from Victoria. And then we have a Tasmanian judge over here as well, whose name's Josh, but I don't know his last name. So Josh from Tasmania, Lee from Victoria, and Jackson from South Australia. Our three judges here today.
Really weird hearing you say Jackson.
Yeah, that's how he wants to be called. So we've got the Pinny now chucking it in. He's getting another run now, so of course Nathan shutting it down in front of him means he gets another go at it, and he's absolutely whiffed it.
Fletch has
He's
gone...
absolutely wasted that, Fletcher has.
Fletch has gone back to the Riverside car park with that entry.
He just wants to go out the main track.
I get it, Fletch. We all want to go to the pub, but we've got a comp to get through.
We've got a lot of comp to get through. We're going to be here till 9 o'clock tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So,
and I'm just if
you're watching at home, there's still plenty of time to come up and then see us at the Riverside afterwards, and we're going to have a beer or two. I reckon they've still got those Byron Bay lemon squashes there, which are quite delicious.
Dangerous, Ben.
Extremely dangerous. They were very dangerous last year.
Extremely easy to drink
and
extremely high alcohol content. By the way, we're not sponsored by Byron Bay Brewing.
But we could
This is not a plug.
All right, so it does look like that's going to be us for the next half an hour or so, as it looks like we've got the cleanup crew out there on track, or have we got more? We've got more runs to come. All right, so we're either about to go to lunch break or we're going to see some more drivers out here, but it looks like the cleanup crew is out. I'm not too sure. But again, thank you for everybody out here today at the Bend Motorsport Park, and of course everybody watching along on the live stream, joining us here for the inaugural, the first ever round of Drift Collective. It's been an absolute pleasure to be out here today.
And tell you what,
and
Ben,
watch some of the best drivers in the country and the world out here at the Bend Motorsport Park.
Well, what a round it's been so far. We're still in qualifying,
Yeah,
and we've
still in
seen some amazing driving. We've seen some hilarious driving.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe the real drifting was the friends we made along the way, Ben.
That's right. Just tell
Maybe
that
the real
to
drift
Cam
collective.
Martin and
Maybe the
Marcus
real drift
McAfee.
collective was the friends we collected along the way.
The friends we colluded with.
Drift collusion.
All right,
The
so
drift conspiracy.
we're gonna leave you. We're gonna have a quick lunch break. So go grab yourself a bite to eat, grab some water, keep yourself hydrated. It is absolutely stinking hot here today at the Bend Motorsport Park. Remember to try and get some shade and stay smart. We'll be back in about half an hour's time, maybe a little bit less, because we are a bit behind schedule. We're about half an hour behind, so we're just gonna get a little bit of fresh air here in the commentary box and the race control, because it is very sweaty in here. And we'll be back in 20 minutes to half an hour with the first of our battles. We're going to go straight into some elimination battle action with our last 16. So that's going to be qualifiers 17 through to 32. They're going to be battling to make their chance to battle the next lot of qualifiers a little bit higher up the table. And because it's something Stewie made, it totally makes sense once we get there. The real friends we made along the way was trying to figure out how this works, but we'll be back soon.